What's good, guys? What's up, chat? Chat, is this real? Is this real? I think it should be all good. Let me know if things are good. Late to the party, bro. I can't read all this chat. Y'all are yapping. Jesus. It's crazy. It's freaking crazy. Hey, look, I can see it. I just chat on slow mode so you guys don't spam. I don't like spammers. It's only 10 seconds, so it's not that big of a deal. Y'all should be fine. Music good? Can you hear the music? Yo, what's up, Joda? Joda, you got like 1,000 comments on my channel. I saw that shit. That's insane. Am I late? No, you're not late. I'm late, apparently. I thought I was gonna be on time. But look at this. Look. We got a timer. We got a timer for the event. Even though I think that's the incorrect time. I don't know how it got messed up, but it should be at 2 o'clock my time. So I think I need to change that. That's definitely the wrong time. But I did have it right. And then it changed. So what are we at? It is, we got 29 minutes till the announcement. And that should be good. What's up, chat? What's up? What's up? Y'all know what day it is. It's a big, big day. It's a big fucking day. Very cool. Because we got hella stuff here. So many announcements today. I'm going to be streaming later for the Nvidia announcement too, but I am excited because, obviously, we've even had some... Should we spoil some of the leaks? Because more leaks have come out. What's the playlist called? This is just Hollow Knight music. No pajamas. No, sorry. I got a Spider-Punk shirt on. Badass shirt, ain't gonna lie. Slide leak. Yeah. Should we go over the leaks or should we just like wait for the event? Because it's definitely... I already watched, so Daniel Owen posted a video on it. It's funny, bro. He already posted a video on... you can't see me. I'm back. But he already posted a video on this. So, yeah, apparently slides have already leaked for the 9070 and XT version, and then FSR 4 is real. Yeah. It's gonna be crazy. Hey, do you think the 5090 will be a 2-slot? No way, bro. The 4080 is a 3-slot. Compare the leaks. I think we should check out the leaks. So, we've, you can obviously see the top left here. I also have a thing above me during the stream for AMD because they love talking about AI. We can also, I just clicked it. We can add a counter for how many times they say AI during the stream. We're cooked, guys. We're cooked. It's gonna be hilarious. Okay. I'm expecting a ton of it. Dude, I cannot do a drinking game, bro. It's like 1 o'clock right now. It's like 1 o'clock. I'm gonna be dead. But obviously, Daniel made a video about this already. Somebody leaked the slides for the FSR 4 presentation. And here is it on videocards.com. I'm gonna hide the counter right now. So, man, even this uses AI, bro. They're gonna talk about AI for this shit. So, as you can see, FSR 4 is coming around. Pretty baller. By the way, let me know on the music volume. Is it too loud, too quiet? Let me know. But yeah, FSR 4 is coming, 100%. We already saw this leak before, because, what is it, Jack Hune? Was that his name? He talked about bringing machine learning to FSR and everything. So basically what this is going to do is bring machine learning to FSR, finally. FSR's had so many problems with image quality, because it's one of the major compromises of going with an AMD GPU. So this will finally kind of equalize them. Intel started their stuff. Yeah, thanks Panday for the €2. It's 7 p.m. Nvidia's 3 a.m. midnight. Yeah, bro, you're rough, man. I don't know if you should stay up for that. But basically, if you want AMD, kind of sucked. But you know, XeSS already started AI It's not as good as DLSS, but it does look better on Intel GPUs, even though it works on all brands of GPUs in general. But AMD's finally catching up. Now, we don't know how wide the support is going to be, especially because if you scroll down here, they don't show it on this one, but they show it down here that AMD FSR 4 upgrade feature only available on RX 9070 series graphics cards for supported games with AMD FSR 3.1 already integrated. So a couple things to even unpack here. The big thing is it's exclusive to 9000 series, at the very least. And what Daniel was even talking about in his video, is that this might be exclusive just to 9070 series, which is not that awe-inspiring. Now, the reason that it could be exclusive is because only their newest GPUs have the AI capabilities to run the new upscaling. That's probably the reason why, which does suck, because if you look back at, you know, like the 7000 series, they already had AI processors on them, but they still can't do this. It's like those AI processors on 7000 series are just kind of like chilling there for no reason. They don't do anything, as far as I can tell, and that kind of sucks. But essentially, maybe this will be good. We're still yet to see the image quality. We're yet to see how much performance it is. If it's anything to go by on, like if we were to see PSSR. So like Digital Foundry did so much about this, and I made a video following up on this. I'll just see a PS5 Pro. The PS5 Pro has AI upscaling. Or I don't know, but basically Digital Foundry's done a ton of videos about this. But the PS5 Pro has AI upscaling, and the PS5 Pro is also made by AMD. And the image quality on PS5 Pro, with the upscaling, hasn't really impressed me. Pisser, as you would like to call it. It hasn't impressed me at all, and actually some games it looks worse than what FSR without AI did. So I don't know if it's going to be the same level as this. If it is the same level, then we're going to have some problems. But another thing with the FSR 4 leak is that it's saying it's 9070 series and it's AI upscaling. Now, with FSR 3.1, this came out in, what, like September of last year, of 2024, I think that's when it was. FSR 3.1 actually consolidated FSR so that it, like, it used to be like a ton of different DLL files, and this made it so there's only one DLL file, kind of like how DLSS is and XeSS is. They're very simple. If you just want to upgrade the version, you just drop in the new DLL, and it's easy to do. But it wasn't, FSR previously wasn't like that, so FSR 3.1 consolidated it, made it a little bit easier to integrate, and that should help with upgrades into the future. So that's kind of where we're at with it, and that will probably make this machine learning upgrade for it go a lot better. I'm also assuming here, because if this is the correct slide, I'm not 100% sure, that Black Ops 6 might be one of the first games to get FSR 4, but technically, and they say down here, any game with FSR 3.1, and I'm wondering if it will do this automatically through the driver, will have machine learning upscaling, or maybe machine learning upscaling is already in FSR 3.1. I'm not sure, but it should be easy to upgrade it, so devs that already are using FSR 3.1 should be able to do FSR 4 pretty easily. And I guess the disappointing part, actually, it does suck that it's exclusive to 9000 series, but FSR 3.1, it does at least make it easier to integrate, so maybe we'll see pretty good implementations from a lot of devs, because the real problem with this is, even if it, you know, looks good, even if it runs well, how many games is it going to be in? That's the big question. How long will it take devs to actually get this out there? So that's the situation we're in. And if it works in any game with FSR 3.1, then it should be easier. But yeah, everything leaked, no hype, yeah. But at the same time, though, maybe they'll show some improvements with it. Maybe they'll show some side-by-sides that we can compare with FSR. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. Vex, if this is exclusive to the 9070, FSR 4 is as good as DOA. And it's not DOA, because FSR 3.1 is still available. And it'll just encourage people to upgrade to the new generation. But, you know, maybe they can only get it to work on the new generation. AMD should have been doing AI upscaling since the start. They really should have been investing in this as soon as possible. Intel did that, and you can see it paid off better. Intel's XeSS was already better than FSR 4. So, yeah. Also, Chris, Oro's, or I don't know how to pronounce your last name. But thanks for the $2, bro. But, yeah, I don't think this is DOA or anything like that. It's just... You know, it kind of sucks to be exclusive to the new gen. But, you know, it happens, it happens. And I think the old FSR version without AI will probably be a fallback for older GPUs. I think the most disappointing part is it's not available in 7000 series because it had AI processors on them, but apparently they weren't good enough or didn't fit the pipeline of how to make this work. And, yeah. How many RDNA GPUs will there be? So, yeah, FSR 4. But let's check out the GPUs that are coming. So what we can tell so far is that AMD is going to announce the 9070 XT and the 9070 non-XT. And I did also see a rumor, I don't even know where it was though, that they're gonna release all of the 9000 series like by I think it's like by like May or something. So however many GPUs will actually end up coming, I'm not sure, but they're gonna roll them out pretty slowly. Yeah, we can actually probably see down here. Let's see if they put. There's a lot of stuff down here. Ooh, oh, whoa! There's a 9060 series, according to this leak. Interesting. There is a slide on video cards that shows all of the specs. Which one is it? I think it is. Probably this one. Yeah, that's what the card is going to look like too. We already have the leaked image of it. AMD themselves leaked this, which was kind of crazy. This is just on their website. But here is the specs for it. So here is the 9070 XT. And it's on Navi 48. So that's RDNA 4. And then 8. It's kind of weird because they would typically count down with the number, so like the 41 or whatever would be a much lower, or that would be the big die. But apparently their higher number on this generation is the bigger die for these cards. I don't know why they did that, but you know, that's how it works here. But here are the specs. So I'll zoom out so you guys can see everything. And we can take a look at Tech Power Up too to kind of guess some of the performance. We'll definitely break this down more after the reveal. If it is getting revealed, by the way, guys, I'm crossing my fingers that they actually reveal this at the event. We leaked ourselves. 9070 XT is basically a 4080. I would not expect it to be a 4080. I wouldn't set your expectations that high. Hey Vex, what do you think of the Lian Li A3 case? I have no clue what that is. Have fun. Are there so many Ukrainian ads? Actually, I have no clue, man. Actually, like, what? I swear, I'm not a Russian operative. I swear. Unless. But, yeah, so this is where the specs line up. You can see the core counts on these GPUs compared to what the leaked 5070 Ti and 5070 are. Cores aren't comparable between Nvidia and AMD, but what we can compare is the 16 gigabytes of VRAM. This is on GDDR6 on the 9070 XT, and then the only GPU generation here that's going to be using GDDR7 is 5000 series from Nvidia, which obviously here can lead to a lot higher bandwidth. So even though they're on the same bus width of 256-bit, you can see here because it's GDDR7, this is 28 gigabit per second, another one is 20. And that means we have, like on the 50 series, even at the same bus width, is going to be almost 900 gigabytes per second on the 5070 Ti versus 640 gigabytes per second on the Radeon card. And that the 5070 Ti and stuff is probably going to cost so much more than these. I would expect that to be at least $800. We don't know how much the 9070 XT is going to cost, and we're going to find out hopefully that soon. But I don't think this bandwidth thing's a problem, as long as, you know, the price is right. So they have the same amount of VRAM, which is nice. Why is memory bandwidth important? Good question. Now, memory bandwidth is going to be more and more effective at higher resolutions. So as higher resolutions go up, the faster your memory speed is, it can take in data from the drive, from the RAM, from your system, and it can get it to the GPU faster. So basically, as you scale up in resolution, then you get more FPS, you get better performance. So this will be better at higher resolutions. Also, sometimes the games are just very memory bandwidth sensitive, so you can end up in that situation. Can it run Crysis? I think it can. Okay, I only play at 1440p. This will help you at 1440p. As let me show you here. By the way, I'm sorry guys. I've been sick for the past week and a half, 2 weeks or something. Like, holy fuck, bro. I cannot shake this cold. My nose is stuffed. I wake up with a sore throat, pause, and like headaches and sinus. So, yeah, it's all. I apologize for if I have to blow my nose too. Try not to be too gross. But let me show you here. I should have some stuff from. So recently, the Intel Arc B580 and the 4060, I did some comparisons between those two, and we can take a look at that. Let me see. I have so many side-by-sides. If you want a reference, this is what my side-by-sides look like. I don't even show you guys most of these in my videos, but I have so many different things compared. Like, so that's where we're at with it, but let me find it here. It should be right here. No, that's not it. Where are you? I'll just type in 4060 and then B580. That doesn't work? Come on, Windows. Okay, we'll check the 4060 here. Here it is. Okay, so I think for a good reference point here, let's go to something like Cyberpunk, and I'll try to show you where. Oh, 1 second. Okay, so this is the comparison. You can see 4060s on the left side for reference. I'm going to put my camera back up so you can see me, but you can see a 1080p here. This is why memory bandwidth can be important. And it may end up hitting more than 8 gigabytes of VRAM here on the B580, so the B580 might perform better just because it has more VRAM at the higher resolution. It's not just the bandwidth, but you can also see 1080p here, that it's going to it's like 8% faster at high settings 1080p. And then if you jump up to 1440p on high settings, and you actually see, now this might be a VRAM limitation because you can see it's using a little bit more than 8 gigabytes or so here, but I don't think it would affect it this much. You can see because of the memory bandwidth and probably because of more VRAM that now it's 28% faster. Before it was just 8% faster. So this can be why memory bandwidth can be important. And seeing lower memory bandwidth on these cards does kind of suck. It probably won't perform as well as the 5070 Ti at 1440p at 4K if you were wanting to play at 4K for some reason on this card. I don't think this card will be. It's going to be pushing being fast enough for 4K. Just probably because of the price, but you know, the memory bandwidth will make this card faster, the 50 series card at higher resolutions, and that may or may not matter depending on the price. You know, it's perfectly good value. AMD's older cards, for example, let's say the RX 7800 XT. Let's go tech power up. This guy was also a 16 gigabyte GPU and a 256-bit bus. Okay, and this guy had a memory bandwidth of about 620 gigabytes per second. So they've actually increased the speed of the VRAM because the new one will be a little bit faster, even though it's in the same bus width. So this is going to be about the same amount of VRAM and the same VRAM speed as what the 7800 XT was before, basically. That's what our expectation would be. Now, obviously, if you increase the bus width, if you increase the memory speed, like this card had 19.5 gigabit per second memory, if you increase either of those things, you can get faster bandwidth if you want to be better at higher resolutions. But it's not like these new cards are looking like they're going to be bad at all in terms of this. Now, if we want to look at the specs too, I think it's interesting to compare that. The 9070 XT is 4096 cores, and we can compare that to RDNA 3 with the 7800 XT. So it's actually 3840 cores. You can actually see that that isn't really that much higher on the 9070 XT, but it's also supposed to be a tier below the 7800 XT. So we would expect probably similar performance, maybe a little bit faster, especially with ray tracing performance. If AMD improves ray tracing with next gen, then yeah, we'll see a pretty good increase there. But its overall performance is going to be kind of similar. And I would expect the 9070 is probably going to be the same rasterized performance as the 7800 XT, because these cores are probably a little bit more efficient. And maybe it's clocked higher. We don't know the clock speed of the GPU as of yet. So it could end up being as fast as the 7800 XT with the same VRAM, and it really just depends on the price. For a reference, I think a price that actually, what do you guys think? What kind of price would make this good? It's going to be, this one's probably, I would expect, be a little bit, it's going to have AI upscaling as well whenever FSR 4 is available in a game. But what kind of price? Because I have a feeling around maybe 450, 400 would be a exciting price, because the 7800 XT was 500, and nowadays, I'll show you this. It goes for, it still goes for like, I think 400 right now. Oh no, we've seen this card as like as low as 450, 420 before. Right now it's going for about 490. So it should have GDR7. I mean, I don't think it should have GDR7 if it costs too much. Do a poll on it? Yeah, we could. Oh, I don't know how to do a poll. We could do like 4 options. I can give you like some $50 increments. Remember, this is USD. Let's do a poll though. Yeah, that's a good idea. 90, 70, XT price. We're gonna say the XT first, and then we'll say, I mean, obviously you guys are gonna want the lowest price, but I would expect, but we'll just kind of work up here. 350, 400. And let's try 450. Okay, so you can vote on the, I mean, maybe I should put 500 on there too, but like, what price would make this card, based on the specs that we just talked about, like what would be the most interesting? I don't think they can charge, maybe I should have put 500 on there, but I don't think they can charge the same as what the 7800 XT was before. This was a $500 card, so I don't think they can charge the same. So it seems like you guys are saying 55% on $450. So the expected price is where we think. There ain't no way it's gonna be 600. Now it could, if we were to add like $500 to this, maybe they could justify that with the better AI rate, machine learning, upscaling, and better ray tracing, but it's definitely not exciting. So yeah, so 450 does seem pretty reasonable, because if we do want to compare it to last gen, sorry, getting chat back over here. When I compare it to last gen, and I haven't even made a video on this, but I do have a 7700 XT. I would assume that this would be the successor to the 7700 XT, but it does have more VRAM on the new card. This card only had 12 gigabytes. But this guy was $450. Nowadays, we don't see it going for $450. Really, this card more goes for $400 a lot of the time. And I bought this card for $350, actually. I got quite a deal on it. But I would think this would be the successor to that card, and maybe they'll just do 450 to 450. That would make sense to me. It's really nice that they'd be providing more VRAM, even at the same price, because they do have to expand the memory bus width, like they're doing here, in order to do this. So they have to go 256-bit, and that actually requires quite a bit. The chip needs to be a lot larger to accommodate a larger memory bus. It does cost more, so yeah. It's a successor to the Radeon 9700 Pro. That is a real card, isn't it? You don't think it'll... I'm not sure. I mean, if it is on par with the 7900 XT, I would be surprised, because the core count on this GPU really is not that much better. 3,840 cores on the 7800 XT, and then 4,096 on the 9070 XT. Now, I think we compare how many cores does the 7900 XT have. That'll give us another reference point. So this has 5,003. I don't think it's going to catch it in rasterization performance. This is almost like, there's like 5,400 cores. This is a pretty fast card, I'm not going to lie. I think that's high expectations. And if I'm being reasonable, I don't think it can. It has 1,000 less cores. I doubt the cores are that much more efficient with the new gen. Now, we don't know what manufacturing process this is on. Last gen was on TSMC 5 nanometer. Maybe they're going to 4 nanometer. That isn't going to be exponentially better in terms of efficiency. So I doubt it's going to be as fast as this card, but it'll probably catch it in ray tracing performance, probably beat it in ray tracing performance, because they've completely architecturally changed ray tracing with RDNA 4. This is RDNA 4, by the way. So, also we should check this. Okay, we'll be checking this. This is the stream. I'll put this up on my other monitor, so I can see this when it goes live. Yeah, I would be very optimistic to say this would be the fastest 7900 XT. I mean, what do you guys think, though? But I think that is very ambitious based on the leaked specs so far. I guess that also is like, is the leaked specs real? We're not 100% sure. But I have a lot of shit. What am I looking for? I was looking for music. $7,900 GRE. Actually, yeah, where does this GRE sit in terms of core count? Because this card actually had it was like kind of big. The GRE had 5,100 cores. Now the core count on this was more clock limited, this card, so it didn't perform as well as you would think, but yeah, maybe this will sit around a GRE, I think, in terms of rasterized performance. Ray tracing performance, I have no clue how good it's going to be. This gen is just a mid-gen refresh, bridging RDNA and UDNA, in my opinion. I don't think so. I don't think they're going to be ready for UDNA for, like, at least another generation, like another year or two. RT won't be stellar. Count on it. I mean, AMD is going to improve their ray tracing a lot. But, you know, Intel, and I think AMD might just catch up with Intel's ray tracing performance, if I'm being honest. But like, Nvidia is also going to improve their ray tracing as well. So even though these are completely changing the architecture, I kind of doubt it's going to be as fast as Nvidia or something like that. I doubt it. I doubt it. Maybe it'll be usable, though, because basically, like, I would never turn on ray tracing on an AMD GPU. It just cuts your FPS in half, even if you're just using, like, reflections in a game, which isn't even that much. It's just not worth it. All right, we'll see if the Keynote actually start in 30 seconds here. What we think? What we think, guys? Is there somebody else named Vex in here? Who the fuck are you? I just got a 7800 XT for... Who the fuck are you? Mods, who is this guy? Investigate. What the fuck? That's crazy. Oh, there's another Vex. What the fuck is going on? Imposters. Imposters, bro. Oh shit. Ban him. There's only one Vex. Only one Vex. We're entering the multiverse. Why am I not wearing pajamas? It's not Christmas anymore, so I don't wear pajamas until the end of the year again. Alright guys, this should be starting. Now you can see in the top, on here, on my OBS thing, you can see that I had a timer up there. But it says begin and now it just says end. It's supposed to say begin, but... Alright, we're gonna see if this comes up. Let's see. Also, I swear to God, AMD, if you copyright me... Come on, man. Don't have any... Please don't have any, copyrighted music and shit. Also, who donated? Somebody donated $5, but I was distracted by the imposter Vex. Who was that? Nice to see you streaming again, man. AMD need to clutch up for next gen. They do. They do. I don't have that much faith in AMD, though. You guys probably saw my latest video. I'm hoping they can do something. Also, I'm going to try refreshing just in case. Wait, it's running. Wait. AMD's live. AMD's live. Ugh, was that freaking Avatar? Guys, they're starting. Let me know on the volume. Oh, why is the audio doubled? Did they say AI already? Do we need to add a counter? Is it doubled? Let me refresh it again just in case. Why is it doubled?
Hello everyone.
What the fuck?
Thank you so much for joining us. I'm so happy.
Is it doubled? Like if you guys watch this on your own, is it doubled? Is it actually messed up?
Here with you today. Every year, CES turns Vegas into
It
a
is?
world of possibility. We're the only...
It's wait. Let me fix. Ah, shit. Why is that happening? Ah.
limit to our future
Why is it doubled? Ah.
technology.
No.
Our imagination.
What is happening? Not your fault. How's it not my fault? Is it it's theirs? Nah, bro. It's on their end? Oh my god.
At AMD, we've been relentlessly pushing the boundaries.
Okay, remember, we're doing an
of
AI counter on the
high-performance
screen.
computing.
I'm gonna try to
We
pay
power-
attention for this.
we
I'm
are
probably gonna miss a
powerhouse
lot of
behind
them.
the technology you and I
We see
work with
AI on
every
the screen
single
right now.
day, helping people and enterprises rethink what computing can do for them. We power the laptops and workstations that fuel your creativity.
Oh my god.
To the consoles
Okay, I'm gonna
where
turn
you
'em
game
up.
and unwind. With high-performance
Is that good?
processors and graphics that make the impossible possible. We power cars, manufacturing devices, surgical robotics, and communication towers. In Japan, we power train safety by enabling AI-driven track
there's an AI.
instructions to drive operational efficiencies. Our technology is revolutionizing industries like fish farming with touchless systems
They're
that
revolutioning
ensure
fish farming.
sustainability in a world where sea temperatures continue to rise. We also power the most fascinating research projects in the world,
This is very cool, guys.
like the European
GPUs still don't use
Organization
AI.
for Nuclear Research, which uses
Calm down, buddy.
AMD technology to process massive quantities of data in the quest for clues on the origins of the universe. Whether you know it or not, you probably interact with AMD technology every day. As we continue to push
We'll just
boundaries
watch a little bit
of what
behind. We're behind by 30
computing
seconds. It's
can
not that much.
do to advance the world
I don't want to
around
miss
us.
stuff. I gotta
We're
get all the
just
AI
getting
counters.
started. Today, I'd like to zero in
That's another AI
on
PC
end-user
right there.
devices across gaming, AI PCs, and
Oh,
the
he said it.
enterprise, showing how AMD will change the way you work, play, and create. Thank you all for joining us. Let's get started with gaming.
All right. Gaming, let's go. Hopefully they don't talk about AI.
We
Well, you're probably
recently
gonna talk about FSR
launched
4.
the world's best gaming processor with the Ryzen 7
Okay, this round was
9800
CPUs.
X3D, a
Okay.
tribute to the gamer's pursuit of perfection. Ever since we launched the 9800 X3D, gamers all around the world have been blown away at the leap in gaming performance. The community has been asking whether we can take one more leap forward with creator applications to push the boundaries even further. And today, I'm super excited to announce that we're taking the technology in the 9800 X3D
Yep.
into a new
9950 X3D.
16-core processor.
This doesn't surprise me. Yeah, this was
When
coming.
you're a creator, every
So it's
second of
X3D
your
on
time
here.
is valuable.
Also, yes to Yeston.
We are delivering the next frontier in content creation. Welcome to the new Ryzen 9 9950 X3D processor.
Oh, he has it. Let's go. Let's go.
Combine the best
do
technology
a
for
zoom in.
gaming and the best technology for creators into
Oh,
a
he is
single
shaking.
package.
He's nervous. He was like,
On the left side, we've got an 8-core CCD and a bonded 3D SRAM. On the right side, we have an additional 8 Zen 5 cores that can reach the highest frequency
Okay.
possible. This
Wait, so-
combination gives you the highest core count when you need it,
it's only
the highest
cache.
cache size when your application requires it,
Okay.
and
So
the
it's split
highest
cache. They don't
frequency
both
when
have
your workload
the full
demands
cache
it.
on them. So
The
basically,
new
there's.
9950
I'm gonna turn it down a
X3D
little bit on them. The 9950 X3D, it has the cache on 8 of the cores, and then it doesn't on the other 8 of the cores, and it dynamically switches between them. And they can also still use all the cores.
range of titles over our prior generation. Personally, I've been playing some of my favorite
wondering if they
games,
changed it this
such
gen,
as
but no.
Hogwarts Legacy and Space Marine 2, and seeing over 20% performance increase
Okay.
over the 7950 X3D. We also
Sounds
tested
about right.
Intel's
It sounds
new
about right.
Arrow Lake processor.
The 9800
And
X3D
the
versus the 7800
9950
X3D was
X3D
much
is on
faster.
average 20% faster in gaming than their best. And in many games, such as Space Marine 2 and Cyberpunk 2077, we are over 35% faster.
And it's just destroying the
Just
Core Ultra
like
CPUs
the
over here.
9800 X3D. The
L Intel, L Intel. Can we get some L's in chat?
Also shares the title for the world's best gaming processor. In addition, the 9950 X3D is
Intel's
also the king
Core Ultra was
in
not
content
cooking.
creation.
Not cooking, bro.
It delivers an average 13% performance increase across the most popular content creation
we can
workloads over our
Do
prior generation.
Photoshop
And in
13%
popular
faster. We really
benchmarks,
needed that.
Such as Cinebench and Blender, we are seeing over 15%
Because the current CPUs are
performance improvement.
so fast for like basic
And
production.
compared to
Cat
Intel's
tasted
new
it doesn't
Arrow
really matter.
Lake processor, the 9950 X3D
I could
is on
probably still
average
be editing on a
10%
5800
faster.
X3D and be
And
perfectly
seeing
fine.
performance improvements of more than 30% for workloads such as 7-Zip and Adobe Photoshop.
It's not a bad improvement
Simply
though.
put, the Ryzen
As long as
9
their
9950
benchmarks are
X3D
accurate.
is the world's best 16-core processor for both gamers and content creators.
It's good though. It's good. It's gonna probably cost $700. Like
But
holy
we're not
shit.
stopping at desktops with
Jesus
X3D.
Christ.
We
Also the
want to
9900
bring
X3D.
the best gaming and content
That's gonna be a
creation
weird product.
experiences everywhere.
Yeah.
And today, I'm super excited to also share that we're bringing our Zen 5 X3D technology to mobile devices with fire range.
Okay. Yay, mobile. I think this is oh wait, they might mention AI though. I'm actually surprised Lisa Su isn't here.
9950 X3D milestone, we're bringing the world's best desktop gaming
Is this Jack Hune?
processor
Is this him?
into a mobile
He
package,
took over gaming, right?
available in the first half of this year.
Yeah, he's getting more comfortable.
To create the best games,
Where is Lisa? This is
it
Jack
requires
Hune?
close
Okay.
co-engineering with hardware, software, and
Turok
OS
Origins.
from the very beginning of development, including extensive optimizations in Zen 5, our next generation RDNA 4 architecture, and our latest frame generation and machine learning-based upscaling technology with FSR 4.
Okay, they just said FSR 4.
Myself, I spend a lot of time with game studios and developers to unlock the full creativity and imagination.
Did I miss an
For our
AI?
first guest, I want to introduce a true trailblazer of the gaming industry. A programmer and game designer by training, he built some of the most iconic games in the industry, such as Mortal Kombat and NBA Jam. He was responsible for the global development of Minecraft and now leads the top game studios in the world. I'm so happy to introduce our close partner, Matt Booty, President of Game Content and Studios at Microsoft, including Activision, Blizzard, and Bethesda.
Okay.
Thanks, Jack, and hello to everyone at CES. Games are how we connect, how we build community,
Microsoft.
and how we explore.
They've been making so many good games lately. Let me just name a few of them. Redfall, Starfield. Yeah, that's about it.
We've always pushed the boundaries to bring new, innovative experiences to players around the world. AMD has been an incredible partner to Microsoft in this journey, helping us drive innovation across every level of gaming. From powering the latest generation of Xbox consoles to enabling cutting-edge hardware for PC gamers, their technology has consistently pushed the industry forward. Our decades-long partnership with AMD has resulted in several of the underlying gaming technologies that are used by
I haven't really played the Indiana Jones game
today. This ranges from development
of
OS-level graphics APIs like DirectX 12 Ultimate and ray tracing, to larger caches, multi-thread,
I don't know if I can make them really that much louder.
that enable more games to be played on more devices. The Activision team is proud to partner closely with AMD to optimize Black Ops 6 for AMD Ryzen processors and Radeon graphics. Our teams can't wait to see what they can do with the next generation of processors and GPUs with Ryzen X3D and RDNA 4. Technologies like FSR and frame generation make some of our most demanding games, like Starfield, run better. These optimizations give our teams more headroom to not just push more pixels, but to actually explore richer gameplay, deeper physics modeling, and more robust systems. And this dynamic of hardware technology enabling our devs to do more continues in the future, with FSR 4 on the latest graphics cards bringing high-quality machine learning upscaling to games like
machine learning
Black
AI
Ops 6 later this year. Thank you, Lisa, Jack, and everyone at AMD for helping our teams achieve more.
Thank you, Matt. We truly value our partnership with you and the game studios. My son and I have spent countless hours playing Starfield, Diablo 4, and a new Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and we have so much fun playing them together. Thank you for your pursuit of artistic expressions, combining art and gaming together to deliver such memorable, personal, and social experiences.
Are they announcing Starfield 2? Come on,
the gaming community. And we look forward to telling you more about RDNA 4 and FSR 4 later this quarter. Now let's shift gears to AI PCs.
Wait, they're not talking about FSR 4 at all?
It's the most disruptive technology in the past 50 years.
9 AIs?
The inflection point is as big as the Industrial Revolution. It's clear that AI is the new electricity. It's going to be everywhere. And today, we are bringing that technology to everyone. Pushing the limits of what
there's
AI
at least one more AI
can
PC
do
on the
for
screen.
you. To tell you more, I'd like to introduce Rahul Tiku, Senior Vice President and General Manager of our client business.
They didn't. What?
Hello, Rahul.
Are they not even going to talk about their GPU?
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to CES. I want to start by congratulating the gaming team on a great set of products that were just launched. As you saw, we have leadership technologies in the gaming space, and we continue to out-innovate the market there.
Am I crazy?
Jack also talked about cloud to edge, and you heard about our gaming leadership, and I'm going to focus on AI PCs.
Wait, so they straight up just said that FSR 4 existed and then dipped?
Processors that enabled the first Copilot Plus x86 PCs back in June. This was done with a single chip with leadership productivity, leadership graphics, and leadership AI
they have
capabilities.
AI in the name of their process. Oh my God,
We see this in the Ryzen AI 300 reviews, calling out our great architecture, our leadership in performance, and the best AI experiences that we're bringing to our customers. And in 2025, you're going to see Ryzen AI will continue to grow with over 150 laptop designs. These are beautiful, elegant platforms from our partners like Lenovo, HP, Asus, Acer, and many more.
Did I miss one?
And I think these will be some of the most desirable laptops available in the market, period. So today,
very cool.
I'm also proud to announce that we're expanding our
Dude,
Ryzen
AI's on the screen 3 times
PC
here.
capabilities into the high-performance space with Ryzen AI 7 and 5 series processors.
It's too much. I said we'll talk about it later. When are they going to talk about it?
Codenamed Kraken Point. These new models will allow us to make our leading Ryzen AI 300 series processors available to more users and bring AMD's leading next-gen AI capabilities to everyone.
Okay, another one.
Our new Ryzen AI 7 350 demonstrates faster
multitasking
productivity than the competition, beating Qualcomm Snapdragon by an average of 35% across some of the key benchmarks, and the Intel Lunar Lake product by an average of 30% when tested across 9 multi-threaded benchmarks.
Guys, we love AI here.
This extra performance that our Zen 5 cores deliver make a huge difference in users' day-to-day experience with their personal computers.
Also, Zen 5 is like...
These processors will also feature
especially
our
on mobile.
XDNA2 neural processing
Surprisingly.
unit. This is the fastest NPU
FSR 4 years later.
50-plus TOPS, achieving leadership performance, while also beating Intel and Qualcomm's fastest mobile processors.
Okay.
These processors will allow even more customers to run next-gen AI experiences, just like our Ryzen AI 9 300 customers do today. And any discussion about laptops has to include portability. The Ryzen AI 300 series can deliver over 24 hours of battery life when tested in video playback, letting you stay unplugged longer to get everything done. So, in a nutshell, these processors have it all. Multi-day battery life, combined with winning performance, and leadership AI capabilities.
I would kind of want to check out one of these new processors.
These latest additions to the Ryzen AI 300 lineup include the Ryzen AI 7 350 with 8 cores and 16 processing threads, the Ryzen AI 5 340 with 6 cores and 12 processing threads. And these new Ryzen AI processors will be available in Q1 of this year. But we're not stopping.
It's insane.
There. Today, I have some exciting news. I'm also proud to announce a whole new kind of mobile processor. This is expanding the Ryzen AI stack even higher with the Ryzen AI Max. We codenamed it Strix Halo.
Max. Oh, Strix Halo, though. Fuck Ryzen AI Max. Call it Strix Halo. That's cool. Damn, that's a pretty big chip for mobile.
Just as we have increased our user choice with the Ryzen AI 300
It's pretty good.
7 and 5 models,
No, I
the
don't think it's
Ryzen
7.
AI Max
Oh, there it is.
processors are adding a whole new class of PCs.
Do I count all these? Guys, do I count all these ones?
Leading next-gen AI platforms
That's a lot.
in the market.
That's 10.
This chip is something very, very unique
Okay,
and special.
1,
It
2,
is so powerful,
3,
it enables
4,
incredible
5,
experiences
6,
and is
7,
reshaping
8,
what customers
9,
can experience
10.
from their PCs. From the power of a workstation in thin and light laptops to incredibly small and powerful micro desktops, this is simply the most advanced mobile x86 processor ever created, period. It's a
super cool.
single chip powered by up to 16
This Strix
Zen
Halo
5
thing has to be
cores for
super
leading
expensive, though.
multitasking capabilities.
That's the only problem.
It also has 40 RDNA
huge.
3.5 graphics compute units, which is the most
No, it looks
powerful
like it's built on
integrated
chip- like
graphics in the
chiplets.
Windows ecosystem. It has also got our leadership 50 TOPS XDNA2 NPU, and all of this is tied together with unified
NPU is
memory
basically AI.
architecture that's enabling the ability to
I'm looking
access
for AI.
large
Oh,
amounts of
there's
memory,
it's on the
up to
screen. It's on the screen
128
twice,
gigs
actually.
for the CPU and the GPU, with up to 256 gigabytes a second
Wait, it's on the
in
screen 3 times.
incredible bandwidth that is unprecedented in x86 mobile devices.
9070, I don't know if they're going to talk
The
about it.
Ryzen AI Max does this all in a single chip. It bridges the divide between awesome performance and efficient portability in a whole new way for Windows laptops. With an ultra-efficient 55-watt TDP for
on the
combined
screen twice here.
CPU, GPU, and NPU power, there has never
We
been
love it.
anything like
This is cool
chip
though,
in this
because like
class
even
of
though I know
sleek,
like most
thin,
of us
and
just
light
kind of
notebooks.
play at a desktop on PC, because that's where you get the best performance for your money. It's cool to have a powerful mobile processor. A lot of people do buy laptops, but we don't. Like, I don't really care. I don't even want a game on the go like that. Just get a Steam Deck. But AMD makes a Steam Deck too, so.
When comparing the graphics performance, we see similar results. Ryzen AI Max continues to dominate with graphics that is 1.4x faster than the competition. It's really not hard to see the potential that this chip offers in a mobile workstation as a result. Now, we also see impressive results across ecosystems. Look at how the Ryzen AI Max performs against the Apple MacBook Pro M4 in some popular rendering benchmarks, winning easily against the 12
I honestly think,
and trading blows
even
with
for
the
Apple tax, AMD's processor might cost more than that. This thing is huge.
We see massive gains, 86% better. We made great strides in delivering customer experience with these new Ryzen AI Max systems. And finally, with the ability to dedicate 96 gigabytes of memory to graphics,
they can't say AI anymore.
Max can run incredibly large AI workloads with performance that's faster than discrete desktop graphics cards. For example, the 70 billion parameter Llama 3.1 large language model that we are showing here runs twice as fast as the discrete RTX 4090 desktop GPU. And it does that at 87% lower TDP. So double the performance of a very high-end desktop hardware at much lower power. This is truly incredible.
How much memory can it get?
Now imagine creating videos with just a line of text, or automating your user workflows with AI agents locally on your Ryzen AI PCs.
Oh, bro.
We continue to work with all of our ISV
The more and more I
partners
see a lot of AI
to enable
videos, the more they suck.
incredible AI experiences.
I was impressed by it before.
50 planned applications that will take advantage of our industry-leading NPUs.
It's got to get a lot better. Like a lot
Please join us at the AMD Connect area in the Venetian Titian rooms to try
I was
out
almost
some of
at
these
CES.
cool new examples of AI running on our Ryzen AI processors.
Oh, he just said it twice. Oh, there's the third
Here
one.
are some of the Ryzen AI Max
Oh
models
God,
that
no!
will be available at
oh,
launch. The
6
top
more.
of the stack is the Ryzen AI Max Plus 395 with 16 cores and 40 graphic CUs. We also have the Ryzen AI Max 390 with 12 cores and 32 graphic CUs. And the
I don't know
Ryzen
if
AI
it
Max
every time I press the
385 with
counter, I
8
don't know if it
cores
goes.
and 32 graphic CUs. And all of these parts
Thanks,
are going to be
Butter Souls.
available Q1 of this year. And I truly hope you guys are as excited as I am to get your
I was
hands
almost
on this
there.
great product set.
Talking about AI with AMD. Oh my god, that would have sucked.
Now, the Ryzen AI Max, as we talked about, is going to be a game changer for creators, artists, developers.
Come on, let's talk about
We're really
FSR 4.
proud
Let's talk about
to partner
9070
with
XT. Come on,
HP
please.
To bring the HP ZBook Ultra G1A system to our customers. It's a beautiful example of a truly portable, mobile, powerful system like anything else out there. You'll also find the Ryzen AI Max processor in the new desktop HP.
Guys, I think we're gonna
Z2
break
Mini
100.
G1A. This is a 3-liter compact mini PC enabling large
Oh wait,
language
AI is
models
on the
for
screen 6
developers
times
and
here.
creators in incredibly cool and efficient form factor. And for the consumer segment, Asus has created something really, really unique. This is the new ROG Flow Z13. This is an ultra-mobile 13-inch gaming tablet with a detachable keyboard
gaming
in a
tablet?
surprisingly small, elegant, and premium package. So as you can see, we've
That's a
really,
weird
really
product
focused
from
on
ROG, I'm not gonna
expanding our
lie.
next-gen AI PC
my
portfolio.
God.
No one has a lineup
That's a weird product
with
by
the
them.
breadth
A gaming
or the depth
tablet
of
that you attach a
Copilot+
keyboard to?
PCs that AMD can offer. From Ryzen AI Max in the Halo segment, all
We're
the way
hitting
to the
100, guys.
Ryzen
We're gonna
AI
hit 100.
300 in the advanced segment.
100%.
We're bringing the benefits
Oh,
of
no.
AMD's leading performance,
No, they're showing
reliability,
8 more.
and battery life to all of you. AI PCs are not just delivering new experiences for consumers, but they're also transforming how work gets done. And to tell you a little bit more about it, let's welcome Jack back on the stage.
I did add 9 there. It was supposed to be 9. I don't know if it's getting all my counts. Did it get 9?
Now let's talk about enterprise. AMD has been on a journey to transform every touch point of business computing.
How
From
did
the
they
data
barely talk
center
about
to
gaming?
client devices. EPYC is the CPU of choice for hyperscalers, supporting cloud services used
EPYC is
daily
cool.
by billions
Yeah.
of users globally, whether that's
EPYC.
Facebook, Instagram, Netflix, WeChat, or WhatsApp.
Hopefully we get no more
The
AIs,
world's
bro.
largest and most advanced
Bro, we
AI
went from, like,
models
8 to,
run
like, 100
flawlessly on our Instinct data center
in that one
GPUs
thing.
at the highest performance per dollar, including GPT-4.
Oh, there's 2 more.
We want to bring to the enterprise all the know-how from the server and data center side to the enterprise endpoint. This is what led us to design Ryzen AI Pro. Uniquely suited to be the best enterprise endpoint
You can't
device.
stop them, so.
At the heart of it, we elevated the experience for CIOs with AMD Pro, bringing this essential foundation of security, manageability, and
What is AMD
reliability
Pro?
that enterprises have come to expect.
Is this just EPYC in
With
like their
AMD
software suite?
Pro, enterprise
one.
devices get multiple layers of chip-level security built into the core, protecting
is this
sensitive
completely new?
data from external threats. Technology layers like
AIMD.
AMD Memory Guard, which safeguards sensitive business data in the event an employee's
Too real,
PC
too real.
gets lost or stolen. Or Microsoft Pluton, a chip-to-cloud technology built with zero trust principles at the core,
Nah,
meaning
bro.
it verifies each request as though it originated from an uncontrolled network every single time. These security layers, combined with AMD Pro's manageability features, are designed to streamline IT operations while protecting the enterprise's most important assets.
AIMD and Nvidia
We
AI.
focus on TCO as well
Guys,
to ensure that fleet
awesome.
investments translate
Oh, there's
to
2
real
more.
savings in the form of productivity increases. Our PCs are equipped with the fastest x86 processors ever built, with the world's best enterprise multitasking
I'm
performance.
wondering because like
In a
Oh, thanks,
world
Kevin.
where
Oh.
everyone does more than one
see.
thing at a time, Working with slow, unreliable PCs
Dude.
should be a thing of the past.
I'm wondering
We
if
also
the
equip them
data
with
center
the
side of stuff is
fastest
going to end up
AI
switching to
engine
ARM instead of
ever
x86.
Delivering the most
Wait,
MPU
it's on the screen
tops
4
in
times
the
there. Andy
industry.
just said it.
With AMD,
Oh, nah, bro.
businesses can future-proof their investment
AMD
and be
Pro is
ready
just their
to
name for
empower
first-
their
well,
workforce with the
Duh,
disruptive
AMD
AI
Did you
features
wait?
coming
Thanks for the
down
dono, but
pipeline.
holy shit. Did you just say that AMD Pro stands for professional? That's insane.
Businesses across
I did not know that.
are making the switch to AMD enterprise PCs to accelerate their transformation. For example, take enterprises like
I never would've
ING
guessed.
Bank in the financial sector. They rely on AMD Pro security and reliability to keep their data protected, all while ensuring their operations run in a stable and secure environment for their banking
Yeah, guys, we need to
services.
think of a good way to say
Or companies
Intel
like
AI.
Shell in the
That's
energy
next.
sector, who are taking advantage of the advanced AI features
Oh.
to enhance the data analytics and decision-making
Sick.
processes at the device
So they can frack
level.
oil faster.
The time has come that enterprise CIOs no longer have to choose between the enterprise compatibility and reliability of Windows and the consumer.
Yeah, but I am wondering though. So like,
You can now get the
is
best
data center going to switch to ARM instead of x86? Obviously, they have the best x86 processors at the moment. But oh, production.
No worries, we'll keep going. Best
Production goofing
Best
today.
of all, with more than
We should get
100
AI to do
options
it.
through 2025, we developed a fantastic portfolio with our OEM partners, all of which have helped us advance our mission to make meaningful change into enterprise. Now,
Confused?
let's hear
I
it
don't know
directly
where the
from
new
our
GPUs
close
are.
partners.
Hello, Jack and CES.
Okay,
I'm
here he
proud
is.
to say the HP AMD partnership is
You're
reaching
quiet, buddy.
new heights.
For more than 25 years, Lenovo and AMD
said
have
AI.
grown stronger together.
Together, we have been the driving force in the tech industry.
What makes our partnership so strong is that we share a focus
are
on
quiet.
experiences. We identify customers' needs and co-engineer
Turn them
to
up.
provide better, modern, exciting, meaningful experiences. And these experiences are changing the way people
Cool.
get work done.
Driving innovations that define the present and set the stage for the future of personal computing. We have pushed boundaries
revolution the
across
way people work
entire
by
Lenovo
destroying their
portfolio.
jobs.
ThinkPad,
So
ThinkBook,
cool.
Yoga, Legion, ThinkStation, all powered by AMD Ryzen.
Pushing the boundaries of innovation from gaming and AI
How does
PCs
it affect the trout
to create
population? I don't know. They've been
devices
fish
and
farming.
much more.
Looking ahead, we have big
They use the
plans
AI to improve fish
starting
farming.
here at CES. Let me share two examples. First, to help developers manage complex ISV and data science workflows, we are introducing the ZBook Ultra. It's the first workstation
so
with the
cool.
Ryzen AI Max Pro series
Ad.
processor and the
Ad.
world's most powerful 14-inch mobile workstation. Second, to help consultants analyze complex data sheets and run AI models locally, we just introduced our EliteBook X with the Ryzen AI Pro family. It's the world's most powerful next-gen AI notebook.
We know AI represents an unprecedented opportunity. AMD has been an incredible partner in working with us to scale AI platforms that are central to the success of Lenovo PCs, including our recently launched Lenovo AI Now, that is the foundation of the most advanced and sophisticated
They just
AI
can't.
PCs in the market, as well as our Copilot Plus PCs, which
Dude, if
are
I took
already
shots for these, I'd be
simplifying
dead.
how we collaborate, create, and innovate every day.
That's why the Ryzen AI 300 series powers our Asus ProR notebook portfolio. ProR devices use AI to empower creators to work more efficiently and creatively. Whether it's accelerating rendering times, enhancing image quality, or streamlining editing
Dang, so the
process,
new stuff is faster?
ProR is transforming the way we
I
create.
wouldn't have guessed.
At Lenovo, we have always said that meaningful innovation stems from strong partnerships.
We are excited to continue our journey with AMD
and this is just the beginning.
I'm wondering how this helps them.
Thank you, Alex, Luca,
they partner
and
with these
Samson for the
companies.
great partnership.
Turn
Now,
it
some of
down.
you may have noticed that we have someone missing in our video. CES is a moment for big ideas, big partnerships, and big opportunities. And today, we
1
have
milliliter
something
of
that
vodka,
checks
that's the only way you could
all
survive here.
3 of those boxes. I'd like to introduce my good friend, Sam Bird, president of the Client Solutions Group at Dell, to join me on stage. Hey,
Dell.
Sam. It's
Hey, I
awesome
love
having you here
Dell.
with us at
Yeah.
CES.
Hey, thanks so much for having me, Jack.
Definitely, definitely. Sam, when I think of Dell, the first thing comes to mind are
AMD AI
PCs.
to mine Hawk
but the
2
company has
coins.
going to be the essential end-to-end enterprise
Yeah.
technology provider.
Hey,
It's
that's
over, guys.
exactly right, Jack. And I think about from our leadership in PCs that I know are near and dear to
Yes,
your heart
yes.
and my heart, to leadership
Bro's
in
a little
compute,
nervous, you can tell.
storage, and enterprise-ready solutions. Dell is at the epicenter of data-intensive workloads like generative AI. And with the Dell AI Factory, customers have access to the broadest AI portfolio, from AI PCs to the data center to the cloud. And the goal of that is delivering AI innovation at scale to organizations of all sizes across all industries.
That's incredible, Sam. You're truly a one-stop shop for all things enterprise innovation. Dell and AMD have been working together in the data for a number of years, as you well know.
Indeed.
Dell has servers running
Lisa
on
Su did not get
epic
invited to this
CPUs
party.
and Instinct GPUs to accelerate workloads. But enterprise technology is an end-to-end ecosystem. And business customers are always asking me, Jack, when are you going to be in Dell commercial PCs? I get this question every single week. And I think we finally have an answer for them with the new Ryzen AI Pro processor
Yeah, I bet so
available
many
in
people
Dell's
are
new
dying
commercial AI PC
asking about
portfolio.
this.
Hey, Jack,
No
you
AIs
stole
on the
my
screen.
headline.
I'm
there.
too excited.
Okay. So, hey, yeah, you've got it exactly right. Today, we are excited to announce our new commercial-grade Dell Pro
Just
portfolio
gonna
with
slap.
AMD Ryzen AI Pro.
We love it.
Did I miss one?
Hey, you stole my
Did
applause.
they just
I'll give you one now.
It's pretty tough.
they just slapping pro on everything now?
Hey, these platforms, we're super excited about them. They represent the next evolution of enterprise computing. With your products, they have the performance that businesses need today, combined with AI capabilities they're going to need tomorrow.
Definitely. Sam, this is such a historic partnership between Dell and AMD. Our first time working together to reimagine what commercial devices can do. And I'm so pumped. You and I have hundreds of engineers working together to build the absolute best enterprise PC platform. Could you
Sick.
share some additional perspective?
Hey, absolutely, Jack. In fact, I think
Jeez,
we've
thanks,
got one
Kevin.
here. Let's take a look. Thank you, Paula. At
Great
one of
people
our
in this live
new
stream. I hope your
13-inch
dreams
Dell
come true.
Pro
Love you.
systems,
Oh,
powered by
Vex fan, congrats,
AMD
hitting
Ryzen
100K.
AI Pro.
Thanks, bro.
It's beautiful.
Both
Hit 100
available
we hit a million
this
soon, so-
spring for Northern Hemisphere types, Northern Hemisphere
Yes,
spring.
yes.
Yeah,
Jesus.
like you said, it's sleek,
Crazy,
modern,
$100
delivers exceptional speed, incredible battery life, and powerful AI performance thanks to the AMD
AI.
Pro technologies. It's really scalable, just beautiful displays,
Guys.
up to Quad 8.
Yeah, I think this evolves when they combine RGB and AI. Once they can combine that, they've hit the trifecta or the dufecta.
Durability in mind, withstanding nearly 3 times as many hinge cycles, drops, and bumps from tough corporate use as competitor devices. So not 30% more, 3 times more, Jack.
It has all the bells and whistles and durability. Sam, I'll definitely be self-hosting and personally testing this device.
Great. I was going to drop it there too. And test
Do we
it
do
out.
a
So
drop
thank you,
test?
Paula.
We love the new Dell Pro portfolio. And I think, Sam, everyone is
Where's
wondering,
Sue?
why now? Why is AMD the right partner for this?
Hey, so Jack, we've learned in building the Dell AI Factory that one size does not fit all. And flexibility and choice are needed to bring the right performance to the right workload.
I'm just waiting for
We
AIs.
see the same need in PCs in the AI PC era,
counter needs
and
to
I'll
go
tell you,
higher.
that's
Bigger number,
exactly where
better.
you and AMD fit in. We partner with CIOs to help them stay ahead of change And AMD really brings a comprehensive hardware and software experience at every level of the enterprise stack. And that's a really big deal.
No, I love it, Sam. I love it. And that brings us to another critical issue. You and I spent a lot of time talking about this. We know CIOs are facing big decisions in 2025. Do you think
What's a CIO?
simply rinse and repeat and replace
That's stupid.
or would they leap forward with AI PC enabled?
No, it can't be your AI. I'm sorry.
Okay, you're giving me a softball.
Of course, of
I
course.
think the choice is clear, Jack, and we believe upgrading to AI PCs is going to pay dividends in productivity. You think about it, there's a massive installed base of 1.5 billion PCs, many of which don't meet the hardware requirements to
Chief
run
Investment
Windows 11.
Innovation Officer? I
So
don't know.
customers that are thinking about refreshing see a world where AI is evolving faster than anyone expected, and the world's
think we can hit-
greatest productivity
missed
device,
8?
the PC, is poised to play
missed
a
8?
pivotal role in the AI revolution.
Completely agree, completely agree.
So the way we look at it, you know, great to get an AI PC, but we've
Jesus.
got to make it easier for CIOs to deploy AI models at scale on PCs.
Okay, I'll add 8.
And as
I'll
we
add
spend
8.
time with customers, we see how complex this process is today, getting your data to run on your models on your devices, sorting through multiple AI models, silicon nuances, and then tuning and deploying models.
Okay.
So we're making it easier
Jesus.
to get AI running on PCs with Dell Pro AI Studio, the industry's most comprehensive toolkit. And we believe, Jack, this will
God.
reduce the time needed to tune and deploy models by as much as 75%, going from 6 months to as little as 6 weeks.
Wow, Sam, 6 months is 6 weeks. That's truly, truly incredible. And I agree, this is a chance for business to redefine workplace computing. And by refreshing to an
we keep
AI
saying
PC,
AI, maybe
it's
it'll
something
become
for us
true.
to move from reactive devices to what you and I talk about, to ones that can predict,
144.
think, and act in real time. Dell's new
We're
lineup
145
of
now.
AMD-powered devices could be pivotal to this transformation.
Hey, I totally agree, Jack. You know, our team lives to get great devices into the hands of customers. Devices that will supercharge their creativity and productivity today and future-proof them for tomorrow.
Sam, I can't wait to bring our end-to-end portfolio together to enterprises everywhere. Thank you so much,
AI,
Sam, for the
amazing.
partnership. This
We
is
love
just
AI.
the
We
beginning.
stand
I'm
AI.
looking forward to partnering with you for many, many years to come.
We love it.
Thanks for having me, Jack.
Thank you, Sam. You take care.
Bye.
Good handshake, though. I'll give him that. That was a good one.
In my opening remarks, I share with you a few highlights of how AMD is advancing the world across industries,
AI
relentlessly
manifest in
pushing the
9070.
boundaries
Oh, man.
of high-performance
Please, can we just get a
computing.
9070,
Today,
please?
we
Talk
continue
about
to
it.
raise that bar. We expand our leadership in gaming with the
shit,
all-new
there's 1,
Ryzen
2,
9
3,
9950
4, 5. We got
X3D,
6.
the world's best 16-core processor for gamers and content creators. We also proliferating AI everywhere, expanding
Jesus.
our Ryzen AI 300 portfolio with Kraken and Strix Halo, bringing the power of a workstation to thin and light laptops. Before we wrap it
When
up,
the workstation
a
always just
very
gets
special
faster, so I
thank you
understand
to all of
sometimes.
our wonderful friends and partners, Matt Booty, Alex Cho, Luca Rossi, Samson Hu, and Sam Bird for joining us at CES today. I truly believe that deep partnerships, where we are co-innovating together to advance the industry, is our superpower. And allows us to bring transformational solutions
Show the
to market
GPU.
for everyone. Whether it's gaming, AI PCs,
Fuck.
or the enterprise, you can count on all of us at AMD to continue to push the boundaries of high-performance computing. And we're just getting started. The best is yet to come. Thank you all for joining us here today.
Bruh. Bruh. Are you serious? What the fuck? Oh, that's loud. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Just announce the night. What? Did they announce? Like, they didn't announce this. Let's go back to the gaming portion. Okay, skip the ad at the beginning. That's just AI. Okay, so they announced the 9950X 3D. And then What did they even mention?
Games such as Space Marine 2 and Cyberpunk 2077, we are over 35% faster.
Okay. Okay, so they have this. By the way, their stream is uploaded in 4K. Wait, it's uploaded in 4K, or they streamed it in 4K, but the bitrate is like terrible because this looks nothing like 4K. This looks like 1080p.
And popular benchmarks such as Cinebench and Blender, we are 3Ds on more than 30% for workloads such as 7-Zip and Adobe Photoshop. Simply put, the Ryzen 9 desktops with X3D.
These are cool. I like the 9950 X3D.
We want
That's
to
cool.
bring
Probably
the
$700.
best gaming and content creation experiences everywhere.
Okay.
And Zen the world's
Come on. Where is this?
frame generation and machine
I'm assuming AMD is waiting
learning-based
for Nvidia to
upscaling
release their
technology
GPUs. Maybe
with FSR4.
maybe they'll literally wait on their pricing. You might be right. They might literally be waiting on their pricing until Nvidia launches theirs. Or these aren't coming out right now. Which is crazy because why has there been so many goddamn like leaks to this point?
Being a lifelong gamer, the introduce
Okay. So this is the gaming portion.
Game studios and developers to unlock the full creativity and imagination.
So I feel like I just missed
For our
it.
first guest, I want to introduce a true trailblazer of the gaming
I don't
industry.
think I don't think I missed
A programmer and game designer by training, he built some of the most iconic games in the industry, such as Mortal Kombat and NBA Jam. He was
FSR4 part
responsible
quickly
for the
mentioned.
global
Yeah, they said
development
it for
of
a little
Minecraft,
bit.
and now leads the top game studios.
To everyone.
Oh, this is Matt Booty. That's a crazy name.
Games are
That is
how we jack
that's a crazy
and
name.
hello to everyone at CES. Games are whole.
Okay, skip.
To do more.
And Microsoft announced Starfield 2.
High
Awesome.
In
Is it there?
studios. My son and I have spent countless hours playing Starfield, Diablo 4, and a new Call of Duty Black Ops 6, and we have so much fun playing them together. Thank you for your pursuit of artistic expressions, combining art and gaming together to deliver such memorable, personal, and social experiences. We absolutely love the gaming FSR4.
Oh.
We look forward to telling you more
That's it.
about RDNA. We love the gaming community. And we look forward to telling you more about RDNA 4 and FSR4 later this quarter.
Later this quarter, when? All they did was say it's real. New LTT and Gamers Nexus video? What the fuck? They literally just, the entire presentation, they said two things. They said one sentence about it. What the fuck? Okay. Let's... So, do they have info? Oh. So, wait, so Gamers Nexus is going to do a better goddamn presentation. Are you kidding me? Than AMD themselves? You know, it doesn't surprise me. Oh shit, that's loud. This is actually a proper leveled video. Okay, let me know on the volume, by the way.
AMD today announced a ton of CPUs, GPUs, and SoC, which is a Z2 for gaming handhelds, and some.
Oh, okay. Also, I feel like I should mention the AI counter. And this one's gone. AI, we hit the AI counter in the AMD presentation, 153. I probably missed some. There's probably more, honestly. But that's what we hit. Crazy, guys. AI. We love AI. We love it. It's so cool. We love it. But I'm going to hide it for the rest of this because hopefully Gamers Nexus doesn't talk about AI as much as AMD does.
Mobile parts. The 9950X3D and 9900X3D are part of this. The Ryzen Z2 SoC is the one for handheld, so the predecessor was used in things like the ROG Ally. And then they've also got RDNA 4 GPUs that they have
RDNA
announced.
4.
They haven't given a lot of information on. We still have everything they've given us, though. And
Damn.
those would be the 9070, yes, actual name, and 9070 XT. And then otherwise,
I want to mention, I got leaked this from someone who does the retail stuff in Australia. You guys probably saw the other video about the 5080, but they already confirmed to me the 9070 was real. Like, all the leaks are up to this point. We already knew this. Like, I knew this too. Like, confirmed.
they have a bunch of mobile CPUs, but our focus is going to be on RDNA 4, Zen 5 X3D, and the Z2. Let's get into it. Before that, this video is brought to you by Lian Li and the O11D Evo RGB case. The
fish
O11D
tank. Should I get
Evo
a fish
RGB
tank
is an
case and like
updated entry
actually
to
turn
the
it into a
famed
fish
O11
tank?
lineup, retaining heavy support for fan mounts, drive mount
Lisa
locations,
still
and
took the day
flexibility
off
on
work.
component mounting, such as two options for the
sad.
power supply. The O11D Evo RGB's dual chamber approach aims to maximize cable storage on the backside to streamline cable management, coupling this with a unique vertical GPU mount to showcase the
This is a
most
crazy
expensive part
B-roll.
in most systems. Learn more at
Looks
the
really
link in the
cool.
description below. We'll start with AMD's GPU news. It's the quickest. That could be a good or a bad thing, depending on what they announce a little bit later, but
They literally had one sentence about their GPUs.
AMD
And they love gaming. And stop hyping it.
announced the existence of its Radeon RX 9070 series. It's going to be the 9070 and the 9070 XT. Nothing else has been announced at this time. They noted a Q1 2025 availability. For the specs, they are extremely limited. The company did picture several partner models in its
I mean, that's cool. So if you want to see all these, this was leaked actually. But that one looks cool. That's an Aorus one. I don't know what that one is. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like the Asus Tough model. Or is that the same? That might be the same as the current gen Asus Tough one, actually. It just looks like a brick in this angle, at least. That's the Radeon one. So this is probably 9070 XT, and this is probably the 9070. The power color one looks pretty cool. Who is it? Is that the Yeston one? Is that the Yeston one? I think that's it. Now, if we thought this one was a brick, then this one looks more like a brick. This is an ASRock one, and I don't know what this one is. Yeston is here. I mean, honestly, Yeston the GOAT. I might have to get one. Shit, bro. And I don't know what this is either. This one looks kind of dorky, but I'm assuming you can change the colors on it, right? EVGA? This is the EVGA one? Oh, guys, sick. They're back.
announcement slide. This includes at least one that's a Yeston model, an ASRock model, XFX, and all the others listed in the corner. The cards
Wait, which one's XFX? Oh, maybe they don't show the XFX one. Which one would be Sapphire? Ugh. Like, what is this thing? Like, oh, what is this? What is this absolute chonker of a graphics card here?
pictured are generally 3 fan coolers. Some of them are 2 to 3 slots thick with 3 slot brackets, which is nice.
Is that
AMD says
Nitro?
the GPUs will use its RDNA 4
That's
architecture
weird.
and will utilize
That's
a 4 nanometer
weird.
process from TSMC. AMD mostly describes its specs with adjectives, which is unfortunately not actually useful. Words like optimized compute units, supercharged AI compute, and improved ray tracing.
Okay. What this is telling me, since they're being so vague, is they really don't want to show anything. They're just saying, hey, it's better, and maybe they're just trying to scare Nvidia. They're trying to scare Intel, but at the same time, they're just saying it exists.
Per CU don't really tell us a whole lot, so we're just going to have to wait for more real information. Likewise, AMD announced that Fidelity FX Super Resolution 4.
Okay. This is a different screenshot now. So this is the AI upscaling, the machine learning upscaling. Developed for RDNA 4, 4K upscaling, higher performance with FSR and frame generation, low latency with anti-lag 2. How many games have anti-lag 2 at this point? Like, not that many, right? I don't know. And it's kind of getting hidden here by the YouTube play bar. But it says AMD FSR 4 upgrade feature only available on RX 9070 series graphics for supported games with AMD FSR 3.1. What's weird is 9070 series, is this available on the 9060 if that comes out? Is this available on a 9050? Is there going to be a 9080? We don't really know. Is this as high end as their card's going to go? We know AMD isn't going to try to chase Nvidia's like high end cards or anything like that. Neither is Intel, so Nvidia has no competition up there. But hopefully this is available on the 9060. That would be really, really fucking weird that one graphics card has it. But we did talk about this earlier, but there's more people on the stream now, so I'm going to talk about it again. Because this uses machine learning, it's only going to be available on their new graphics cards. AMD should have done machine learning so much longer ago so that they have backwards compatibility with their old cards. But this should help them, at least their new cards, hopefully, compete with Nvidia's DLSS machine learning upscaling as well. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that those will... That'll actually be competitive. It depends on the image quality. We have no clue what it looks like. I was hoping during the presentation that they would have showed something, but no. This is obviously probably coming to Black Ops 6 first, so that's cool, I guess. The biggest downside here is that, yeah, AMD's 7000 series, even though it has AI cores on their GPUs, they apparently couldn't get FSR 4 working on them, so that sucks. And then the other thing is how many games it's going to be supported in. Something that's nice, because... Sorry. There's something else is how many games they're going to be supported in. Because, you know, this feature's cool. If it looks good, if it runs well, it's cool. But at the same time, if it's not in very many games, especially for a long time, then the feature isn't actually that valuable. Unlike DLSS, which is in like everything at this point. It's definitely the go-to upscaler. So what's cool is that FSR 3.1, any game that has that, it seems like it'll be an easy upgrade for the devs to either upgrade to FSR 4 or it would be easy to mod it by yourself and just drag in the DLL file. All you need to do is copy in one file, copy it into the DLL game folder. It's a super easy mod. Like I've done it in quite a few games. It's slightly risky, just back up the old file, but yeah, it's super easy to do. And that's because in FSR 3.1, AMD actually changed how the files work for it. So it used to be like a bunch of different DLL files, and it was kind of confusing. If you wanted to change it, you'd have to do like an actual intensive mod. But nowadays, they change it with FSR 3.1, and it's just a single DLL, easy upgrade, all that kind of stuff. Purple Oblivion, AMD, another massive disappointment. We don't know yet. We don't know if it's actually disappointing. We haven't seen anything about it. They're just not revealing anything, it seems like. But sorry if I'm a little sniffly and stuff. I'm trying to shake a cold for like 2 weeks. It just has not worked out. But all right, let's keep playing on. Hopefully FSR 4 is good. We've seen nothing about it though. So we just know that's gonna be in Black Ops 6, and their older GPUs won't be able to use it. The older GPUs will probably just use the old version of FSR. That'd be my assumption. Kind of like how Intel on their other GPUs, when they don't have XMX running for XeSS, then they use DP4A to fall back to other GPUs. No, dude, like it doesn't. I've been drinking tea. I've been taking medicine every day, taking extra vitamin D. I'm usually not this sick for this long. This is very weird for me.
Or FSR 4 will be released and has been built for RDNA 4. It intends to relaunch its anti-lag software solution that was intended to compete with Reflex, anti-lag plus anyway. The company will now be launching anti-lag
7,000 series owners should sell their cards. I don't know.
We were not pre-briefed with any further information than this at the time of the briefing for these software solutions. The company is clearly self-aware, though. It has also presented a slide about its naming choices for the 90s.
Oh. So it seems like AMD has clarification of why they changed their goddamn name. Guys, that's crazy. So, you know, most AMD GPUs have been like with the number up front, so it'd be like 7900 XTX or something, which sounded pretty good to say. It rolls out the tongue pretty well. But you can see with the new series, they are confirming that a 9060 exists, but they did change the number order. So now the SKU by the number order that indicates what tier the card is now towards the end of it, The same as how Nvidia structures their names. The 4070 Ti here, for example. That's how Nvidia does it. And then what AMD says is gaming sync with Ryzen 9000 series use 8000. Okay. Simplify model system to match direct competitor comparison. That's wild. That's what's crazy is they provided this to, not at their presentation, but they provided this to reviewers, which is wild to me. Dude. Okay, so Nvidia directly, or AMD directly admits to copying Nvidia's naming scheme right here to make it simpler for people to get confused of what brand they're buying. Realistically, that's what ends up being. What the common person's like, what the fuck? What's the difference? Oh, this is a higher number one? Oh, I'm going to get the higher number one because it should be better. It's such like a stupid thing that AMD is doing. It's like, if your product is good enough, it should be able to stand on its own 2 feet. Just like, it's like how the B580 is. The B580 from Intel, that doesn't look like a larger number than other brands, but it's doing really fucking well. Because it's a good product. I know, crazy concept, make a good product. So this just feels cheap to me. I'm not going to lie. I mean, at the end of the day, the name doesn't really matter as long as the product's good. Like, we'll still buy it. But it's like, this is just stupid. Why do this? Why? What happens when Nvidia gets 9000 series? Well, that's okay. That's why AMD doesn't say RTX, they say RX. You know, they just take the T out of it. And they say XT instead of TI. You see, that's how you won't get confused when their things overlap. I know. AMD making it really not confusing here. It's like, well, yeah, what? I can't think of many times when a brand has tried to rip off of the bigger company and it's actually ended up working out over time. So, and I went over this in my last video. You guys probably saw, but AMD is introducing FSR 4, which is AI upscaling. They should have done this a while ago. And then now they're copying NVIDIA's naming scheme. Okay. And then on top of this, they also improved ray tracing performance from all the leaks that we've seen. Now this was like here, our RDNA 4 to have it enhanced ray tracing architecture, kind of like what's on the PS5 Pro. AMD was better when they're using R5, R7, R9. Yeah, they still did it on CPU side though. So yeah. Yeah, but they're just clearly ripping off of Nvidia right now, and they just feel like they're not trying to be competitive. It just feels like that, and that's why I'm not sure. And especially with them not revealing their actual card, since they're being so vague with just saying RDNA 4 is better than RDNA 3. I know, crazy. I hope it is. It's the best GPU they've ever made. I'd hope it is. But this kind of makes me worried that this thing might not be that good. Now, it's because like Nvidia is later today going to be revealing their 5000 series from all the leaks and rumors. And AMD did not want to show, they didn't want to show anything. And they also said in the presentation that they're going to show more stuff later this quarter, which means all the way up until March. Seems like they're really trying to hide from Nvidia. Sorry, guys. Holy shit. It just is not a good look. It is not a good look, guys. Let's see what Steve has to say, though.
Software solutions. The company is clearly self-aware, though. It has also presented a slide about its naming choices for the 9070 series. Go figure on that. This slide shows that AMD intends to line up the 9070 series, including both the XT and non-XT models, with the RX 7900 XT from the current, or will be soon prior generation, down to the middle of the RX 7800 XT.
Oh, that's interesting too. That's cool. Okay. So this graphic shows that The 9070 is actually going to be replacing these GPUs. That's interesting. And the XTX, so maybe it'll get close to the performance of a 7900 XT. Maybe not in rasterized performance. We took a look at that. But the leaked... Sorry, man. Just dying a little bit here. Hopefully it's not all the AI virus. But we can see that this the rumored specs, who knows if these are exactly real. I actually don't know where these came from. These ended up just kind of showing up at some point. So oh, sorry. But this is like 4,000 cores, and if you look at the 7900 XT, this guy had like 5,400 cores basically, which is like over 1,000 more cores. So I doubt performance-wise this is actually going to catch the 7900 XT in terms of that, and the 7900 XT if you dig into the memory bandwidth as well is even faster. So like this has 800 gigabytes per second of memory bandwidth, whereas the leaked 9070 XT has 640. So like in every case, the 7900 XT is going to be faster. Even if these cores are more efficient, it's just way too much of a gap. Even if, yeah, per core, AMD might get more out of RDNA 4 here with these cores, but I doubt it's going to catch that. But this is a rumor, so it could end up being better than this. It could have more cores in the end product. We're not 100% sure, but yeah. So it's interesting that it is replacing the 7900 XT, despite not really knowing. Like it might not end up performing better than it. So it's kind of weird. Are they using MCM? I don't think they are. I think the rumors said they're going back to monolithic. Pretty sure. I don't know though. They haven't shown any images, so I can't guarantee anything, but that's what I've heard.
Whatever that means in this graphic. The worst 9070 class card is apparently half of one RX 7800 XT, or maybe that.
Yeah, what does that mean? Is it half of one? I don't know.
Means 1.5 7800 XTs. I don't know. All we're missing at this point is some text on the image that says not to scale. But anyway, against Nvidia, this roughly positions the 9070 as comparable, according to AMD's image, to the 4070 Ti and the 4070 Super. We won't get out our scrying stones too much for this hastily thrown together image, since it's hard to judge without real numbers, but that's at least how AMD seems to be positioning
this is such
it.
a weird
The company
way to show
claims
this.
the change is to line up with its Ryzen 9000 CPUs.
It's just like, why does AMD keep changing their names, man? It's just like every 2 seconds, AMD's like, okay, this isn't working. I think if we change the name, it'll work. It's like when I upload a shitty YouTube video, and then I'm like, okay, I'll just change the title and people will want to watch it, right? It's a good video, right? It's just like, what the fuck, bro? It doesn't work. You can't just like, it's not the name.
And says it will reserve 8,000 for naming parts for mobile. So onto the CPU side of the news, AMD's two new desktop CPUs predictably are the 9950X3D and the 9900X3D. These use the Zen 5 architecture that shipped at the end of last year. They follow up the wildly successful 9800X.
Steve was just talking about this, but yeah, they announced the 9950X3D and the 9900X3D at the presentation.
3D, which has been constantly out of stock since it launched due to the demand.
Oh, when did they change before? Okay, so back before 2019, when they introduced the 5700X3D, that's when they switched to this 5,000 naming. They used to do like just 580. They used to do like 480, 390. That used to be their design. But then they also have called things like the Fury X, the Radeon Vega, the freaking, what is the other one? Radeon 7. They have like all these random names for GPUs that make no sense. They're just, well, they make sense, but it's like, just figure out something. R9 270. Yeah, they used to even label their GPUs with R9, R7. They used to do that.
It's a very well received CPU for gaming. So these two are the follow-ups. The The 9950X3D is a 16-core, 32-thread part. It advertises a maximum boost frequency of what AMD says is, quote, up to 5.7 gigahertz. It notes a 144 megabyte total cache size.
It's gonna be a fast CPU. I want to ask you guys this question. I think I've asked before. I don't know. I'm debating if I should get a 9800X3D. It's so much more expensive than a 7800X3D, and it's like 10 to 15% faster, which is good, but I might need it for testing stuff. But let me know what you think. It's like $450. It's like, oh, bro, it's so expensive. It's like, okay, it's barely worth it. But you need it testing. Yeah, it would be a business expense, but business expenses aren't free. Get it, test, return. Yeah, I should do that. For testing only. I mean, yeah, I have the 7800X3D in my testing system. I think I'll be fine, but I'm not sure. If I test things at 4K, I'll probably be fine. Oh, I could steal it. That's a good idea. You actually need it. Actually, a lot of you guys are saying. Maybe I can ask AMD. 9950X3D is better by pricing. I think that's going to be $700. This CPU, I think, will be $700.
And at the time of writing this, AMD has not provided pricing details to us or a specific release date beyond sometime within the next few months. Possible to get more specific on the day this video goes live, but in the pre-brief, we weren't given this information. For comparison, the 9800X3D has a total 104 megabyte cache and $480 MSRP. This is the part that's already out. The advertised boost of the 9800X3D for comparison is 5.2 gigahertz. So the 9950X3D has a greater cache size and may benefit from higher boosting. The kind of key.
Do you think the 9800X3D will go down in price? I mean, the 7800X3D did, but I don't know. I don't know if it will. I have water. I've been drinking it.
Key here is going to be in how those threads are scheduled and how the cores are parked depending on the application being run. So that 144 megabyte cache on the 9950X3D comes in part because of the additional CCD. It's got more cores, another CCD.
How much cache did the one sec, let's look this up real quick. The let's just do 9800X3D. I can't type. Tech power up. Oh, not that. Specs. How much cache does this bad boy have? So this is their 8 core. Now this has where does it say? Okay, 96 megabytes of L3 cache. A lot of cache. This is what makes the CPU so quick, is the extra cache on it, especially for gaming. But so what about the 7800X3D? I think it has the same amount of cache. Pretty sure. So this guy has 96. So the other one is jumping up all the way. That's kind of crazy. This new CPU is jumping up to 144 megabytes of total cache. This probably includes the L2 and L1 as well. Yo, what's up? So I don't know how to say that name, but what up? But yeah, this is quite a bit of cache. This will include, obviously, what Steve said, the other half of the CPU. So it has 8 cores on one CCD and then 8 cores on the other one. Only 8 of those cores has access to the extra cache of the X3D part. But the other one does still have its own cache. So that's probably why it ends up getting pretty high here.
Are parked depending on the application being run. So that 144 megabyte cache on the 9950X3D comes in part because of the additional CCD. It's got more cores, another CCD, it's got cache in it as well. So it is a single extra stacked cache die on one of the 2 CCDs, with the remainder being
it's
a
almost
sort of
like I pre-watched the video, but
CCD.
this video is uploaded.
And this is where, as it's been in the past,
30 minutes ago.
there will be one that can run at potentially a higher frequency and one that has the extra cache. and they don't overlap, so
garlic.
they kind of can
Does that work?
distribute the workload depending on the type of application and how the scheduling is
DeepCool.
managed, and gets into a bit of a mess with how Windows behaves and how chipset drivers behave, but we've talked about all of that in the past, and it is still a changing subject. Anyway, we'll explore all of that in our review. The 9900X3D
Yep.
is a 12-core, 24-thread.
Now what's weird, the 9900X3D, again, these are both great gaming processors if they, you know, use the right cores on them. Sometimes they don't. But the 9900X3D, just like the 7900X3D, let's go here to PC part picker and let's check out CPUs, and we say 7900X3D. This is a very similar part here. This was the 6 cores, or 12 cores total, but 6 cores have the cache on them. And this guy, it's way marked up right now. It shouldn't cost that much. I think it was mostly going for like $300 for a lot of its life. So yeah, that was interesting. But at the same time though, it's 12 cores, but only 6 of the cores have the cache on them. And that means when you actually go to play games, you only get half of you only get 6 cores that are actually good for gaming. Whereas a lot of games, you kind of want to use 8 cores. So it's in a weird spot. I don't think it's the best here. Who else here is still running AM4? AM4 guys, rise up right now.
Part. It has an
AM4 never
advertised boost of 5.5 gigahertz max. It has 100.
Basically speaking though, is like, this is a weird product because like it should still be pretty damn good at gaming, but it's gonna be slower than the 9800X3D, which has 8 cores dedicated with the cache. So it ends up like it's not gonna be as good at gaming. And then its production side still isn't as good as the 9950X3D. So it's in this weird spot. I don't think it's that interesting. The 7900X3D, the reason why most of its life it went for such a low price is supposed to cost like $500 something, I think, or $600. I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to be around here. But it was supposed to... but it went for like $300 for a lot of its life, and it's because I just don't think it was selling, and they just had to get rid of them. So
40 megabytes for the total cache, and then the 9950X3D runs a 170 watt TDP with the 9900X3D at 120 watts. The 9800X3D from previously is also 120 watts, and because of this, the 9800X3D may benefit from additional power available during fully loaded workloads. There could be some shuffling of the CPU stack in specific benchmarks due to the power budget differences. So that's just always interesting where
These new
the
processors
power budget can
they're gonna be very expensive though.
be the constraint.
Same with the 9800X3D, very expensive.
It often is, and if 2 parts have the same power budget, one has more cores, depending on the workload, it's really workload dependent. You could end up in a situation where the higher core count part has worse performance because the additional power budget is being burned on keeping more cores operational. That may not be in use. It's super dependent on the workload. I'm sure we'll get into these scenarios in the review, but some of this over the years has gotten better. So AMD has specifically been working on its chipset driver as it relates to core parking, and that is something that they are continuing.
Okay. So I never know how much I should explain. So I don't know how knowledgeable this is, because this is pretty nerdy shit. But like, because only like on these bigger parts, like the 16 core parts, since only half of them have the cache, the OS and the motherboard and the chipset need to try to figure out what cores go to what application one needs to use what cores, because the ones with less cache on them actually can typically clock higher. Even though this generation, AMD kind of fixed that with their 9000X3D parts. But, you know, they've had issues with the core parking. Like sometimes they'll just activate in the wrong games, in the wrong applications, and you don't get the full gaming performance. You don't get the full productivity performance, depending on whatever it is. Or you'll just have buggy shit in it. Whereas the 7800X3D or the 9800X3D have typically been very consistent with this type of stuff. So if they can fix that, then maybe they'll be more attractive, because I personally, like, I made a video like before any of my videos started to pop off. And I was like, why would you buy a 7950X3D? Because it doesn't really, it's not consistent enough. So yeah. that was the question. And if they can fix a lot of those parking issues, then I think they have potential.
Through this launch. So, in theory, the chipset drivers should more intelligently park.
Hey, y'all are saying I should drink chai tea because I'm sick. But then someone goes in chat, no, don't drink chai. It has AI in the name. Oh, no. Oh, I also realized I said chai tea, even though it's the same word twice, but some TT, I'll drink some TT. It has AI in the name. I'm gonna get cursed with the AI virus. Maybe that's, I've been drinking tea. Maybe that's why it's getting bad, guys.
The cores that are not ideal for the workload on these 9950X3D and 9900X3D parts, and that should make it easier for users to upgrade in socket without needing to worry about if they need to blow away their whole Windows OS and replace it, like was kind of what our suggestion would have been in the past.
Sucks.
So things you could do in Windows to try and skip that step, but normally with Windows, we prefer to just start fresh if you're starting to play games with it. So anyway, should be better with the updated chipset driver.
You have to replace your entire
and
Windows
that's
install.
something that's been rolling out since the Zen 5 launch now, so some of that isn't necessarily strictly news. AMD published some first-party claims for the 9950X3D and the 9900X3D as well.
Yep.
As usual, we'll
saw
have
the
our own numbers
benchmarks.
soon. Every third party who's reviewing it will, and you should pay attention to those people or us for your
Drink coffee,
information on
yeah,
whether
to
to
get
buy the
energy,
part.
AI.
But just to set the bar for what we are verifying against and what AMD's claims are, we'll look at their numbers too. So AMD says this is the world's, quote, best gaming processor, though note that they are comparing it to the 7950X3D.
Yeah, they're not comparing it to the, I guess the big thing, they're not comparing it to the 7800X3D or the 9800X3D. That's weird, actually, because they're comparing it, they're saying it's the best, but they already have the best right now, and that's the 9800X3D, so weird choice there. AMD cherry picking for sure.
And the 9950X3D here is shown as being on average 8% better across
faster.
40 games. That
Actually, not that impressive, but there is some things where it's really fast. The 9800X3D versus the 7800X3D was actually pretty good. It was around 10% faster on average, so I think we'll probably be seeing a similar thing.
AMD tested first party with a range of no change to a 58% claimed uplift over baseline compared to the 7950X3D. AMD also claims that
9070 XT GPU, they did not reveal like anything about it, and I kind of like I even titled the stream as like, hey, 9070 X3D, it's like, oh, it's coming, or XT, it's coming. It's like they're gonna announce it and everything, but guess what? They didn't do that because they're AMD and they're fucking weird. AMD is so weird.
it outperforms the 285K by 20% on average across 40 games. We definitely believe this based on the numbers we ran for the 9800X3D and the 285K already. Its first-party numbers also point to performance improvement in Blender with lesser improvements in Photoshop.
My stream is not off topic. Look at the goddamn title. It says 9950X3D. That's exactly what we're talking about right now. You're lucky I don't ban for that.
Fidget bench testing against AMD's own prior processor of a similar config. So historically, these types of CPUs from AMD don't provide significant benefits over the single CCD setups in gaming applications. Where these really would start to make more sense, like the 9950X3D, might be if you do a good amount of gaming, but you also need those extra cores for non-gaming tasks, and you don't want to just go to the higher core count at the sacrifice of gaming. There's some non-gaming workloads that can make use of the extra cache as well, but that's kind of generally where we see them positioned. In other words, the 9800X3D could perform equal to or close enough to the 9950X3D that it would still make far more sense from a value standpoint and for gaming and ease of setup.
Yeah, it's fair. So what he's saying is the 7950X3D, it's like 10% slower in gaming, and it's decently close because 9000 series Ryzen CPUs weren't really that good at a base level, like a generation improvement. They were only like a few percent faster. So depending on the price of it, and if we look here, 7950X3D, It's really expensive right now. It's at $720. God damn, that shit is expensive. What about the 7950X? That's only $550. Very expensive though. These are expensive processors, and I don't even need performance like this, so I doubt a lot of you guys need performance like this for productivity. But if you need it, then you probably know who you are. But what about the 9950X? So non 3D. This guy's like $600. So yeah, I mean, maybe the value will get there, but I have a feeling that their AMD's older 7950X 3D processors aren't going to go that much down in price now. They're probably getting the stock out.
However, you do have the downside.
You always need the best,
core count,
even if it's just 2%.
That's where that distinction's drawn. In the past, this was a very specific line in the sand, where our reviews were sort of, if you're just gaming, don't buy the 7950X 3D, because historically, especially at the beginning, it was more annoying to work with. And that's changed over time, remember, but it was way more annoying to work with at the very start, and then it was often a lot more expensive.
Also, this is their disappointment t-shirt. I might get this one too. I'm not gonna lie, GN kinda cooks. Like their shirts look good. They kind of look cool. I like the color scheme, that kind of rustic red color or brown, and then you got the green contrast it. That's pretty cool. I do like it. I might pick up one.
And if you were only gaming, you weren't really going to get that value versus a 7800X 3D. Now, whether that remains true for the 9950X 3D could actually change because of some of these chipset changes they're doing. And of course, the price is going to dictate all of this too. So anyway, that's kind of where we think they're going to land. And now we can get
lots
to
of AI
some
on
of the
the
other
screen
parts.
right now.
AMD's Z2 SoC follows up the Z1, predictably, and the Z1 Extreme. So these are mobile solutions that were found on handheld devices in the previous generation. AMD has also offered mobile parts like the 7840U and the 8840U that are comparable to the Z series parts with some differences between them. Now, the Z2 is light on information as well, like the rest of this stuff. We mostly know it exists. There's some basics, though, and some specs. So AMD, again, defers to descriptors like breath.
So this is their mobile processors for like basically the ROG Ally, the Lenovo Legion Go. I wonder how much of an uplift this will be. Let's see if they have any info on that.
Basics, though, and some specs. So AMD, again, defers to descriptors like breathtaking and exhilarating speed, which we assume is the next speed setting for a Back to the Future movie. It also gets into some businessy stuff like the addressable
CPUs.
market
They
and
include AI
increasing
in the name, yeah,
competition
fuck
in the
that.
market. As for actual news, the Z2 family comes in 3 variations.
It's interesting. So everything marketed towards gamers specifically. So like the Z2 Extreme, and all of the desktop processors, then they typically don't put AI in the name, which is a good thing. Thank God. Because I think AMD is at least aware that we don't give a shit about that.
Currently announced: the Z2 Extreme, the Z2 Go, and the Z2 Non-Extreme Non-Go. The Z2 Extreme and Z2 are both 8-core, 16-thread parts with the same cache and a boost frequency separated only by 100 megahertz. The actual change comes in the form of the integrated
GPU
graphics
cores.
solution. This is also where the Z1 and the Z1 Extreme deviated
The
most
Go has
heavily.
12. This is actually interesting. So the Go, as long as the graphics cores are similar clock, the Go actually has 12 cores, just like the Z2 non-extreme processor, which is maybe good. As long as your games could run with 4 cores, 8 threads, then it'd have probably similar graphics performance, but we don't know how the power limits can end up working out because these are all similar. So
configurable TDP allows up to 5 watts more driven to the Z2 Extreme,
10 megabytes,
which will cost battery.
Oh, does the cache apply to the GPU too? Because this only has 10 megabytes of cache. Is this GPU side? That's bad. I don't know if they share cache. Now they share RAM. Obviously, it's an APU. Go uses RDNA 2? Ugh. Brother, ugh. Okay, we'll check out the LTT video after this too.
Battery life but help power the GPU. The Z2 has a higher boost clock despite a lower CTDP, likely due to overall package budget allocation with the GPU change and also density. The Z2 Go is new. This is a 4-core, 8-thread part. It only boosts to 4.3 gigahertz maximum advertised, which is pretty low. It only has 10 megabytes of cache. It keeps the 15 to 30 watt CTDP, and it keeps the 12 CUs. This CPU is far weaker than the others listed here, especially with that clock drop. So we're curious to see what types of devices make the best use of it. I will also be curious to see.
The problem is a lot of games are getting so CPU limited nowadays that I'm not sure how this will actually hold up, because 4 cores is really pushing and the clock speed does not get up there.
The battery life, and if it's able to stick closer to that 15 watt number while still providing meaningful performance. These are all listed for Q1 2025 availability, so we're going to be slammed getting the CPU testing, the GPU testing, and it looks like our...
This is all Q1. Holy shit. Obviously, the 9070 XT, AMD said they'd reveal more during Q1, and FSR4 as well, but then all these processors too. Holy shit, the CPUs. Jeez.
Our handheld testing back up and running. We'll do our best to do all of them, but...
Wait, someone said, Navid Khan, is that how you say your name? Said, bye chat, I'm a sleep AI to get up and watch Nvid AI, stream AI, and morning AI.
We ran several reviews last generation for handhelds. They're a lot of fun to do. They're very interesting reviews. There's mechanical, thermal, performance, and everything. So we will do a full refresh on all of that, plus the new devices as they come out. It is going to be lower priority for us, though, than the desktop parts. All right, AMD HX3D is up next. I would like to dedicate this next section to our late friend Gordon Ma-Un, who once joined me to complain about AMD's mobile CPU naming scheme.
Yeah, it's like if you need a decoding wheel with 4 levers of decode rings, you probably have too many CPUs.
5.
Is it 5?
So here's to you, Gordon, because AMD's new mobile CPU is Fire Range. That's not the part. It is the Fire Range AMD Ryzen 9 9950 HX3D.
What the fuck?
For 1H 2025. So it's joining the 9950. It's joining the 9955HX for our editors. Leave that in there. It makes my point. And the 9850HX mobile parts.
Jesus.
But it's the 9955HX3D. Anyway, the new AMD 99, you would have loved that name. 9955HX3D is advertised as what AMD claims is the best gaming and content creation part for mobile. We don't really test mobile, but we certainly use high-end laptops for our travel and editing stations. So maybe we'll try them out. The 9955HX3D is a 16-core, 32-thread.
What the fuck, bro? Look at these names. Look at these names. Oh, that is really interesting. Dude, the names suck, but holy shit. 9955HX3D. That's wild. That's wild, guys. They have hit a new level here. AMD has just upgraded. Is it 99? No. Can we just keep adding numbers to it? What is this clusterfuck? Bro, so this has X3D though on mobile, and something that's cool about X3D is it's able to get really good gaming performance at not very high power. So that'll be interesting. That will be interesting. Now, it doesn't mean it's probably going to be very expensive though, because X3D costs a lot. But yeah. Just remember that there's a Pro version, so the 9950X3D Ryzen Pro exists. Sick.
Red 8-character name.
Can't wait to be so confused about this about a year from now if I'm ever looking at these laptops. Holy shit.
Part that boosts up to 5.4 gigahertz. It has 144 megabytes of cache and a TDP of 54 watts. The 9955HX is the same, but with less cache and fewer letters and numbers. And the 9850HX has fewer 5s than either of them and fewer letters and numbers. That's a 12-core, 24-thread part with lower boost, no X3D cache by mercy of its easier name, and the same TDP. Now, AMD also spent time in its pre-briefing and the slides it sent out to talk about its new AI brand name mobile processors.
Sick AI.
This is not an area where we focus, at least currently, and it's not something we're going to cover. So you'll have to check someone else out for that coverage. Not really our area of focus. We'll stick to the stuff we know best. So that's it for now. We've got a ton of work to do. We're going to be testing the CPUs as soon as we're able to get them. Same for the GPUs. And the Z2 components are pretty high up on our list as well for things of interest. Realistically, that is going to be an enormous undertaking to do all that stuff in the same quarter. So.
And he doesn't even mention that RTX 50 series is coming too. Holy shit. The B570 from AMD, or Intel. You know, you guys haven't even seen this, bro. I haven't seen one person. Not one person call this out. I've had the B570 sitting in the background for like a week or two. You can show it. It's just funny. This is Intel's next GPU. So, it's actually really nice. This is an ASRock version. I think it looks fucking sick. Yeah. They kind of killed it. ASRock, I didn't know what to expect from them. It's just been chilling here. Just been chilling here. This is a $220 GPU. But Gamers Next gonna have to test this too. They're gonna test this. They're under NDA, but you just can't show performance and stuff. I asked Intel, yeah, you can show it on camera. You just can't show it running. You can't have any things. There isn't even really a driver for it, so it's been a very cool paperweight for a while. But pretty cool though. But Steve is gonna get slammed. I'm only gonna be doing GPU type stuff, so I'm still gonna be crazy fucking busy. But yeah, Steve is not gonna be sleeping. Neither is the Australian Steve either. That's tough.
We will see how well we keep up. The handhelds might get kicked back.
Was the price a leak? No, they announced that. It's $220.
Into summer or something. But anyway, we'll have a lot of cool stuff for you this year. I'm actually really excited for the amount of testing we get to do. And check back for all that. Subscribe for more. Go to store.gamersnexus.net if you want to grab a shirt like this one. These are brand new, just released Disappointment for 2024 t-shirt.
I might get one of those. They look cool, bro. Shit. The green's almost a little bit too much, but it does look cool.
With all the most disappointing launches of last year on them.
Okay, let's check out the... So LTT posted a video as well. I've never been this angry and confused. Oh god. Okay. Let's see what Linus has to say. I mean, I'm confused. These names are crazy. Let's see.
AMD's announcement today is flipping incredible. The Ryzen 9 9950X3D looks like the fastest consumer CPU on the planet, bar none. They teased their new RDNA 4 desktop GPUs.
Disappointing they just teased it. I mean, we didn't have any actual leaks that they were going to announce it at CES, so... Fuck, bro.
And their mobile lineup looks poised to absolutely dominate, with chips boasting 24 hours of battery life, all the way up to this monster that sucks back up to a...
Look at these names, man. Ryzen AI Max Plus Pro. I can't, bro.
whopping 120 watts to power its desktop class onboard graphics.
Nvidia hasn't appeared at CES yet.
All of
We'll
which
stream it out
sounds
later.
great. So why am I so confused and pissed off right now? Because as good as the technology is, and it really does look good,
Kinda mid if you ask
AMD's
me.
attempt at
The eyes of
streamlining their product
bro.
naming and branding is an absolute
fuck up,
dog's
Cameron.
breakfast. Here's a little chart that we made with the speeds and feeds that they shared for all the new chips. Completely lost? Yeah, and feeds that.
I wasn't watching for a second. So they just casually announced all of these CPUs. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. They need to calm down, bro. I don't get this strategy of like confusing people rather than just like give them a few that's good, you know? Like, this is so stupid, bro.
That they shared for all the new chips. Completely lost? Yeah, that's what I thought. But hey, maybe I should be thanking AMD for all the free views that I'm gonna get from all the confused people who just want to know what the heck they're actually buying. Let's get into it then, after this word from our sponsor.
Wicked Cushions. Give your headset a new lease on life with Wicked Cushions replacement earpads. They offer impeccable comfort and more than a dozen awesome looks.
The video's at 6:30 p.m.
link in the video description
Pacific time,
today.
which is like, is it 6:30? Let me check. I don't know what Pacific time it is, but it's at like 10:30 my time. I'm on
Starting with the new
Eastern time.
desktop CPUs, we've got the Ryzen 9 9900X3D and 9950X3D. Like last generation, they've got 12 and 16 cores, but unlike last generation's X3D chip,
Guys, holy shit. Wait. I just saw something because I checked my phone. What the fuck? Holy shit. Nvidia's stock price just hit a new high. What the? That's crazy. It hasn't broken 150 yet. That's new. Oh my god. I think we're going to be hearing a lot more AI, if you ask me. But let me check real quick. So the Nvidia presentation is, I have it in my calendar. My time, it starts at 9:30. And we can look up here, Nvidia. Oh, look, it's me. Hey. Well, why doesn't the channel show up? They'll be at 9:30 p.m. my time. That is 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. So I don't know what that is for you guys, but there you go. Yeah, a lot of Europeans are... This is not a European-friendly keynote. So, yeah.
They are not downclocked, and they boast maximum boost speeds of up to 5.5 and 5.7 gigahertz respectively. On paper, this should result in anywhere from the same performance to a nice little boost for productivity. And as for gaming, well, there the uplift is going to be anywhere from the same performance to a nice OMG WTF source, depending on what you're playing. I mean, check out that alleged CS2.
What did he just say?
OMG WTF source!
The fuck?
Depending on what you're playing. I mean, check out that alleged CS2 performance uplift. Like, whew, I'm getting hot here, boys. These are all launching soon, TM, and...
You know that's probably like 600 FPS in CS2, too. It's like... maybe more.
While we don't have pricing, you can expect them to be very expensive. Right alongside those, we're expecting new GPUs, finally. We're going to complain about the...
They're not going to show anything, though. We want the new GPUs, please. God damn.
Naming later, though, because, hey, as long as the price is right, it's not going to matter. And while details about their upcoming
naming
RDNA
is weird, though. We
architecture
talked about
were
naming
sparse
weird,
in our
though.
briefing, what we do know is that it's manufactured on a 4-nanometer process with 2nd-generation AI accelerators and 3rd-generation ray tracing accelerators. Now, with 2nd-generation...
And this is so weird. It's 2nd-gen AI accelerators, but AMD, like, their AI accelerators on 7000 series still weren't good enough to do the RDNA 4 or FSR 4 machine learning upscaling. So they still weren't able to do that. Isn't that crazy? That sucks. So it's like, well, they haven't even used the 1st-gen AI one. So I guess they sucked.
AI accelerators and 3rd-generation ray tracing accelerators.
Okay.
Now, AMD also claims that RDNA 4 will have better media encoding quality with their 2nd-gen AMD Radiance display.
Okay, actually, for me personally, the only reason I don't use AMD on my main PC is because of the media engine. Nvidia just encodes video more efficiently than AMD. And it's not even speed-wise. Speed-wise, AMD's about the same as Nvidia. But yeah, the encoding compression quality isn't as good on any of their encoders as Nvidia's. So that's the only reason I don't use it. Now, Intel actually has great media engine. I just need a little bit of a faster graphics card than the B580. But yeah, that's the only problem. That's the only reason I don't use AMD. And I have all my presets set up for Nvidia at this point, so it ends up kind of making it harder to switch. I mean, I wouldn't say that Nvidia is leagues above AMD, but it is better, and I want to save drive space, so I want to compress my video more, and Nvidia does better.
Display engine, but how much better it is, I don't know. I'm hoping
hopefully
for not
it'll get
fundamentally
close.
broken, but that remains to be seen. What doesn't remain to be seen is the naming scheme, which appears to be a straight ripoff of Nvidia's. Sorry, which explicitly is a straight ripoff of Nvidia's. I don't like it, but
dude, and Linus just said it how it is, bro. W Linus.
Explicitly is a straight ripoff of Nvidia's. I don't like it, but I mean, hey, if your classmate is worth 3.5 trillion, I don't really blame you for copying their homework, and at least it gives us a rough idea of what to expect for performance from the RX 9070.
Yeah, I agree. At least it will be easier to relate the GPUs, because last generation, the 7800 XT, which is the 8 series card, was actually competing with Nvidia's 7 series card, or their 4070. So it was a little bit confusing. But again, if the product's good enough, the name doesn't really matter. It's like how the B580 from Intel has nothing to do with the other names, yet it's still selling very well right now.
And 9070 XT, probably close to the upcoming RTX 5070. Now it's time to talk about some of the most monstrous mobile CPUs that we've ever seen. The Ryzen 9 9950HX line and the Ryzen AI Max 300 line.
AI Max.
All of them use AMD's latest Zen 5 architecture, but they're targeting two distinct classes of notebook. The former seems to be basically desktop chips that are repackaged for mobile workstations and gaming battle stations. I'm talking up to 16 cores, clock speeds up to 5.4 gigahertz, massive 54-watt TDPs, and on the top end, a whopping 144
they will be
megabytes
really cool.
of 3D V-cache.
Very
now,
expensive.
Their onboard graphics, that's trashed here. Basically, it's just to save power when 3D acceleration isn't needed, but on a chip like this, I don't really think that V-cache. Now, their onboard graphics, that's trashed here.
Wait, I thought they had. Wait, do they just not have the RDNA graphics? Is this not the Strix Halo one? Which one is the Strix Halo one? This doesn't have graphics? What?
Of 3D V-cache. Now, their onboard graphics, that's trashed here. Basically, it's just to save power when 3D acceleration isn't needed, but on a chip like this...
Wait, so they always operate with a dedicated GPU? Is that how it works? That has to be it, right?
I don't really think that matters, because when you're spending this kind of money, you're gonna have a top-spec GPU in your system anyway. To be clear, AMD
these are
provide
mobile
pricing,
chips.
but I stand by what I just said. Moving on to Ryzen AI Max 300. It
These
seems
are the
like
ones with
here,
the actual
AMD
GPU
doesn't
in
just
them.
want to compete with Intel. They want to dominate them. Again, we're looking at cutting-edge Zen 5 CPU cores top to bottom in this lineup, and power envelopes that...
Yeah, these ones have the actual GPU cores, like 40 GPU cores, 32, 32, 16. Yeah, these are the big boys.
range from reasonable in a performance laptop to obscene, 120 watts? I mean, we gotta imagine that won't really happen in, mobile battery-powered devices that much, but hey, at least it gives AMD's partners a ton of flexibility in both performance laptops and even in small form factor desktops. The only question is,
these are cool.
If the cut-down desktop chips are 55 watts, where is 120 watts going? Ah, I'm glad you asked. It looks like a big part of it is going to the massive number of RDNA 3.5 GPU cores. See, AMD's...
Now, for reference, do they show it again? Yeah, they do. Yeah, so this guy has 40 RDNA 3.5 compute units, which I'm pretty sure is the same amount of compute units is in the RX 7600. Am I right on that? Where are the compute units? Do they show that here? Is it 40? So this would be like a 7600 bolted onto the side of the CPU. How many units is PS5 Pro? I think it's 64 now on the PS5 Pro, which is the same amount as a 7800 XT. Yeah, where does it show on here? How many compute units? Or does it show it up top? Is it up top? I don't know. I'm not seeing it. Is it 40? It says 32. You skipped it. It's 32. Where is it? I have these highlighted. It's interesting. Oh yeah, here it is. I'm stupid. 32. So this APU on laptop is actually gonna have
these last gen
more compute units than their lowest end GPU.
CUs or GPU cores. The new Max chips, they start at 16 and go all the way up to 40.
That's crazy though. So they'll probably be power limited a little bit, but that's crazy.
They've also got a new memory interface with up to 256 gigabytes per second of bandwidth, and if AMD's slides are to be believed, even Apple's M4 Max chip, one that basically everyone has been super impressed with, is gonna get a...
That's not right. That's not the M4 Max. That's M4 Pro. He said the wrong thing.
...run for its money here. Now, curiously, Ryzen 3, Ryzen 5, Ryzen 7, and Ryzen 9 designations
which is a very fast chip too.
They're all just Max, or Max Plus, or Max Plus Pro.
How do you get Max Plus? That doesn't even make sense. Max is Max. It doesn't even make sense anymore.
So figuring out what you're buying here, it's gonna be a nightmare. Wait, oh, sorry, no, bad Linus. We'll talk about the branding mess later. For now, while it's still hard to say how much AI and NPUs are gonna actually improve your day-to-day life, the entire Max line can do 50 TOPS, or trillions of operations per second, and for comparison, Intel's 285K, launched late last year, maxes out at 36. So maybe Intel
Max
can
Ultra,
out AI the non-Max Ryzen AI 300s? Not likely. On top of having the same
There's too many AIs, man. I can't keep track of them anymore.
Non-Max chips are all using Zen 5 cores and RDNA 3.5 graphics, just with lower core counts, cache, and power consumption. Okay, it's not actually quite that simple. Some of the cores in the non-Max chips are actually Zen 5C, which is short for compact, which can result in lower clock speeds, but can also result in better efficiency. So in mobile devices, which are often thermally constrained anyway, it might be an okay compromise. Only time will tell. Moving on to the product I'm
They didn't show no GPU.
It's time to talk about
They just announced
Ryzen's
that the 9070 XT 9070 exists. Even the 9060 exists too, actually.
Z2 handheld gaming chips, and these ones are, well, they're a little disappointing actually. The Z2 Extreme does get a CPU upgrade, it's Zen 5 now, and RDNA 3.5 graphics, but it only gets 3 full-size cores and 5 compact ones. We do get 4 more GPU cores.
Weird.
Also, the regular Z2,
it's like efficiency cores.
That's still Zen 4.
That's weird. This is misleading. They don't even tell you, but they will be slower. 5 of these are going to be slower cores.
And RDNA 3. So it's basically just a Z1 Extreme. As for the Z2 Go, I was really excited about this one when I first saw it. I was thinking, man, 4 cores?
What is a compact core? I mean, I think they arrange the cores in like more of like a cluster, so they can fit up next to each other more, and there's less interconnects. As far as I can tell, I saw like a little paper on it at one point, but I don't know a ton about it, so.
Plenty for older and lighter
They might
games.
literally
This
just
thing
be
is gonna
smaller,
rock for like super compact gaming handhelds. Then my hopes were dashed. Zen 3 Plus on the CPU? Guys, that's a chip that is already feeling a little long in the tooth and is not very efficient by current.
No, this is terrible, bro. See, with their other naming scheme, with their whole crazy number lettering system, at least there was a consistent way to tell what generation of processor, what generation of GPU was on the chip, but now you can't even tell that.
Current standards.
That's
what
wild,
an
bro.
absolute missed opportunity. Finally, last and least, they showed off the remainder of their Ryzen 200 series mobile chips. Wait, Ryzen 200? I thought this is Ryzen 300 announcement. That's right, coming as early as Q2 2025.
They're releasing older processors.
you can buy old school Zen 4 processors. To AMD's credit, I mean, I guess at least they fixed the issue they had before where the first number and the product number did not indicate the architecture, but this is still super messy. Anyway, with these 200 series chips, we either get removed or chopped down NPUs.
It's just like, what is going on at AMD where they think this is a good idea? Like, who the hell is thinking about this? Like, what? What crack are you smoking?
And in any case, they're not powerful enough for Copilot Plus. And then we get a mix of either full-size or compact Zen 4 cores with RDNA 3 GPUs. These are last-gen through and through, so all I can really hope for is that they'll be affordable. I mean, to be clear, there's nothing wrong with having a last-gen product, as long as it comes at a discount and it's clear what the customer is buying. Especially on mobile, where efficiency is so important and where it's changed so much over the last couple of years. And to AMD's credit, they kind of accomplished this by at least calling all the Zen 4 stuff Ryzen 200. But I am still finding AMD's branding extremely messy. If Ryzen 9 is top of the line, why does a Ryzen 9 200 series exist at all? And what the heck is Max? Speaking of which, while we're at it, what is Max Plus? Max is short for maximum. By definition, you can't have maximum plus. Like, I feel like I'm on the playground again. Well, I hate you, infinity plus 1. Take a math lesson. And I haven't even gotten to pro yet. I do understand the appeal of charging your business customers a bit extra for your fleet and remote management and security features. But in practice, isn't this the kind of thing that could just be a software unlock? I mean, they're almost certainly the same physical chip. Do you really need to add a pro version of nearly every CPU in the lineup?
iPhone Pro Max? Yeah, let's get one of those too.
Confusing. Finally, AMD, stop changing your GPU names. The big change, going from hundreds to thousands with the 5000 series, that was mostly okay. But then recently you reintroduced XTX, and then you added this weird GRE variant, and then now you're moving the numbers around again. It's only been 3 generations. AMD, I'm getting whiplash here. I mean, I get it. You want to simplify things and make it easier to compare with Nvidia. But guys, if we're being honest, you only want that comparison when it's convenient. And as soon as you fall behind again, you're going to want to obfuscate it again, and then we're left with a whole new mess. Do you know how easy it is for Nvidia's
He's kind of cooking
him.
He's cooking him right now.
I want a new GPU. I just buy that thing, but with a higher number at the beginning. There's a reason that Apple just calls it iPhone every year. AMD, you gotta solve this. Whew. That was a lot of information.
I feel like naming isn't that hard. Like, they have to be doing this intentionally. Like, they have to be intentionally stupid about it. Like, you do want to make a name that can expand if you want to make different SKUs and stuff, but it's not that hard. They have to be doing this on purpose. I don't know what kind of conspiracy this is at that point, but there's got to be something.
So much that I almost forgot to plug LTTstore.com. Pick up a blank t-shirt today, because that was the expression on my face when this announcement hit. Man, seriously, that deck. Anyway.
Wait, they sell $20 blank t-shirts? I'm gonna buy a Gamer's Nexus one for $20.
Most of the products do
has
look
stuff
awesome.
on it.
And like I said before, I'm
Sorry,
excited
Linus.
to get my hands on them and review them, but man, knowing all this stuff, it's like my job. And even I'm having a hard time keeping it all straight. We literally made a video just last year about AMD's trash naming scheme and how to decipher it. And now it's completely out of date and we're gonna have to do it again. Super cool. Super cool. Like this cool segue to our sponsor.
Wicked Cushions.
Yeah.
They're not just for old headphones.
We'll put
Wicked
the
Cushions
sponsor
has
form.
teamed up with Rig Gaming headsets,
Oh, that's
so
kinda
you can
cool,
get the
actually.
Rig 600 Pro HS Acid Camo Limited Edition with Wicked Cushions pre-installed exclusively at GameStop. And if you don't get the
GameStop?
headset, you can breathe new life into the one you already love with replacement
The
ear
fuck?
pads from Wicked Cushions. Choose from classic
Hey,
memory
boys, we're
foam
going to GameStop
construction,
to get some
thicker
headphones.
and
Let's
a little
go.
firmer than most stock ear pads, or their dual-layer gel-infused cooling pads. You can even toss those ones in the fridge for a couple minutes to help you get through your most intense gaming sessions. You are just 5 minutes away
put
from
my
that
headphones
new
in the
headphone
fridge.
feeling. Check out their compatibility charts and choose from more than a dozen
do look
cool
cheap,
looks
but
at our
I
link
do like
in the
the
video
design
description
on them.
today.
If you guys enjoyed this video, maybe check out the one where we complained about this stuff. We're all
Okay. Well, I'm pretty disappointed. I know, crazy. I'd be disappointed about this. I know, crazy. But AMD did not reveal their GPUs really, or they didn't reveal specs on them, or performance. They just kind of said, "Hey, they exist. We don't want you to know anymore, though. That'd be way too much." And I think it's partially because they probably should have revealed it here. Maybe they're not ready. Granted, give them that. But at the same time, though, I think AMD's maybe a little bit scared on how Nvidia is going to release their GPUs, because Nvidia is literally announcing their GPUs tonight. So, yeah, I will be streaming that, by the way. You'll see the thing on my channel. I'll have the time that'll adjust to your time, too. It'll be later. But I think AMD is doing this because they are genuinely a little worried about Nvidia. Now, I might be wrong on that. I'm not a fortune teller. But they might try to change their pricing or do whatever they can to adjust against whatever Nvidia is offering. It says AMD Keynote at the top left. I need to turn that off. That's my idea. I mean, FSR 4 looks pretty interesting, I guess. It's not necessarily even good to this point, because it's only going to be compatible with AMD 9000 series GPUs at the very least. It might only be compatible with 9070 series, but I doubt they would limit it like that. I really hope not. That'd be really stupid. But yeah, so FSR 4, that kind of sucks. Hopefully the image quality is good. We'll find out soon. He said that they will talk more about it later this quarter, so we'll find out about that as soon as possible. And RDNA 4. Yeah. How lucky. It's 12:30 for you. Oh, that's tough, bro. Europeans are crying about the Nvidia. What? Yeah, I love me some Hollow Knight. But yeah, AMD kind of lame here. Now I'm gonna be streaming the Nvidia announcement later too. So again, you'll see that on my channel. But I'm gonna kind of cut this stream here because I'll be on later. You know what I mean? If we want to talk about the comparison between the 9070, what we've seen about it, because we have seen some leaked specs up to this point, if these are real. Performance doesn't seem like it's going to be that crazy in my opinion. But we can talk about that later today. And I think we'll call it here. And AMD is still does not cease to surprise me with their weird shit. So I'm on peace out. Hopefully see you guys later. Hopefully Nvidia is streaming and showing their event at a decent time for you guys. It'll be pretty late in the night for me. It's 9:30. It's not terrible, but I'll probably be streaming, honestly, probably close to midnight. So see you guys. Yo, good one. See you later. Hopefully you can make it. And peace. Peace. Good stream. W stream. LAMD.